Hello and welcome to the Future Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I'm your host, Ty Spiker Christensen. Get the fudge out of my store! Help me! Effing help me! All right, we've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast.
What part is that? I don't remember that.
That's when she's in
It's when
the
the
She's
gas
guy's
running through
chasing
the
station.
her
store
through
and
the
they're like
gas station
smashing the
store.
glass. Everything's like, get the fudge out of
She's
my
running
store! She's
out.
like,
The guy's like,
effing
get out of
help
here.
me! She's being chased by Wong.
Yeah, that was great. I don't have a quote.
Oh, there's so many good ones.
I could just run like this.
Yeah, just arms out. Just start panting and your eyes get bigger and bigger.
Oh yeah. Ah. Now that
Yeah,
hurt.
we've got Cameron Mickle on the podcast.
Oh, fudge, Willow.
Oh, Willow.
That's funny.
See, that's like one of the best quotes, dude. And we've got Grant Mickle on the podcast.
Do you have AIDS? Huh? AIDS, a-hole. Do you have
Do we
AIDS?
have it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Hepatitis, shiz like that. I mean, shiz, not that I know of.
Yeah, he definitely has
Hey,
AIDS.
so this reward, how does that all work? You know,
I don't mean to be
we're not
rude,
gonna.
but are you going to take the reward for
You're gonna
yourself? Or
take
how
the
do I know you're not
reward.
going to take the reward for yourself? You just leave. Sir?
Dude is so
Sir?
good, dude.
Officer? Oh, man.
So
Yeah,
good.
R.I.P. He was my favorite. I'm really sad.
I
He died.
know. Yeah, he was so good.
Even as a zombie,
I wonder
he
if
was
she's gonna
making
be
me
haunted
laugh.
by that fact now that like, oh, if I just waited a little longer, he could have lived.
Well, she would have died.
Probably.
All right, guys, let's get into this movie, Weapons. This came out in 2025. It was written and directed by Zach Krieger. You might know him from The Whitest Kids You Know. Such a funny show. If you guys haven't watched it, it's on YouTube. You can watch it. So funny. You guys have seen some of the comedy sketches. I know I've sent you some of them. But yeah,
Oh, really?
hilarious. What's that?
He also
I
did
did. I've
Barbarian,
never heard of
no?
that, or I don't recognize
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
Ty said the writer.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hasn't gotten
So,
to the director yet.
Zach Krieger, yeah, he was one of the
Yeah, he's
in the
one
comedy
method
sketch show,
man.
The Whitest Kids You Know, and then yes,
Oh
then he
wait,
did
so
Barbarian.
he's the writer and director of this?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and he
Okay,
also did
sorry.
Barbarian. This is his second film, but he's in the
Yeah,
comedy
so
troupe, The
he
Whitest
needs
Kids You Know, and
him and
some of
Ari
the
Aster just need to go to like couples therapy or something because
I know,
I'm
right?
surprised, Cameron. I mean, we can get into it in a minute, but it felt kind of lighter on the lighthearted. Like,
Dude, like for horror, this is so far from like
Yeah,
supernatural.
Cameron, stop being
yeah,
such a
like, because
baby, Cameron.
well,
And that's
Shame
where
on
like
you, shame
I was
on you.
confused, but
I'm just thinking of like the Wailing, Cameron, where it's like evil and demonic. This one's like kind of like it starts out, you think it's that
It's
way, but by the end,
See,
you're
I
like,
thought the
oh,
it's
this is
whaling was
just
literally like
even I
Hansel
thought
and
the
Gretel.
whaling was even cheesier than this.
What
oh,
the
yeah,
fuck?
wow.
this
The
is
worst
better.
Are you
the worst part
confusing
the
your
worst part
titles,
of the
Cameron?
whaling the worst part of the whaling in the scene that I struggle with every single time is like the ritual scene. Like that scene's actually hard for me. But then
Yeah.
everything else I'm like is cheesy enough. Like when you actually see him, I'm like,
Yeah, like when
okay.
you see the guys covered in boils and their eyes glossed over, super cheese, man. Super cheese. I don't know what you're talking about, Cameron. Are you confusing the whaling with another movie? You're driving me crazy.
it,
Like you're
but
surprising me.
both of them, they're like the people turn into zombies. I mean, it's pretty similar. Like,
But it's a witch. That makes all the difference. That's why I actually told Cameron before he watched it, because
I
I was
literally
like,
haven't said anything. Holy hell.
"You have though." You're like, "The whaling isn't as bad," and I'm like, "Bro,
Just
the
clearly
whaling is
have it
way
out for
more
me. I
disturbing." Any day of the week, any person, I would never assume that the whaling would be less disturbing than weapons. But anyway, that's well, you haven't shown me one shred of evidence, Cameron. Let's get that's what it was like watching this
feeling
movie
like
for
it's
the
gonna be
first
one of
time.
those episodes already.
We're all attacking Cameron. Like, Cameron, you should be okay with this, man. What's wrong with you?
well, it's just surprising is all. I mean, and like
Yeah.
you said, maybe we are desensitized, but it
No, no,
felt
we're not desensitized. I loved it. This gore was delicious.
I had feelings watching this movie.
I
it
just
just felt
love
more like Victor Crowley, where it felt kind of over the top and crazy, especially by the
the
end.
violence made me laugh. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
that's what
thing.
I was gonna say. I
The end
felt
of the
like
substance is the same thing. It's like literally this and the substance had the same ending. But
yeah.
all right, let's get into it. what was it like watching this movie for the first time, rewatching for the podcast? I'll start because I was the first to see this movie. Y'all are so slow. I saw this in the theater months, months ago. And you
No
guys are all
money.
like, yeah, I'll get to it when it's cheaper for money,
When it's free.
when it's free. I'll
When
barely
Jordan
get around
buys
to
it.
seeing it. Finally, guys are on my level. So I rewatched it for the podcast and I still enjoyed the second viewing. Now knowing the twist, I was looking for like things to catch and I think it's really interesting, just like what I got on second viewing versus the first time. But the first time, so much intrigue, so much mystery, not knowing what was going to happen. Just super excited for a horror movie to take me on a ride, and it did. So, anyway, how about you, Cameron? Start with you, dude. After me, of course. Second start with
Um,
you.
yeah, I mean, I was really hesitant to watch this just because it's kind of like on the edge of paranormal.
Mhm.
And then after all three of you guys said that it wasn't even paranormal and it's just a couple of jump scares. After showing, I watched the trailer with Allie, and then that was why I was kind of like, oh, I don't know that we'll watch this. And then you guys are all convinced me to watch it, and I was like, okay. And then I'm so glad that I did not watch it with Allie. Oh my gosh. Because for her, she said that the black goo was too much for her in the trailer, and thank heavens I didn't watch it with her because yeah,
Just a quick
like
caveat. None of us suggested that Allie watch this. None of us suggested that. Just want to be clear.
yeah, and
Oh.
she
Yeah,
didn't.
she should have.
No, I know. And
Just
I'm
kidding.
just saying, so I just wanted that to be clear though, where I was like, oh, Allie should watch this. Just
But
wanted to be said on the record.
yeah, so I was kind of like not sure. And honestly, it wasn't too bad, and I was like, because the entire time I just kept thinking, okay, it's just a spell or whatever. But yeah, I think the moment the print from the principal scene on, it was just too much for me. I think
Really? That's
like
where I thought it would be more, it felt kind of goofy-ish.
when she's like slicing her hand and then wrapping and like rubbing her hand up and down like a vine with thorns, I'm like, and then she snaps it and then he starts throwing up black goo and then smashing his head until you can see his skull separate. Yeah, that did not
Watermelon.
that did not
So good,
exactly
dude.
that did not
So
exactly
sad
scream
too.
cheese to me.
His
I was
own
like,
husband.
oh my gosh, this is one of the most like scarring scenes I've ever
That's so
seen.
crazy. I thought it would be the opposite. I thought you would hate the beginning when,
Yeah.
like, remember when he looks up and
Well, it's all like the horror,
Oh,
like
well,
mystery
that's
of
what.
like,
See, I
oh,
thought that
someone's ringing the
that reminded me of
doorbell. Who is
Long Legs,
it?
and
Yeah.
it honestly reminds me of Long Legs. Very
Mm.
similar. I really enjoyed the first like half slash two thirds, and then I felt that it leaned so much on the demonic because I thought it was really interesting and creepy that it's like it was just all these like perfect scenarios. Whereas like she fell asleep in her car, and the fetching person is getting in there and cutting her hair. I'm like, wake the hell up!
Yeah, isn't that
Just
Well, see,
crazy?
and that's
cut
what I
your
Well, she was
thought
hair.
it
drunk
would be
too. I
more,
think that's why she was
Yeah,
yeah,
able to stay asleep.
yeah,
yeah,
like it
but
is more
so
unnerving,
it
but
was
once
things
you
like
kind of
that that I was
figure
like,
it out.
oh, this is because honestly, if it doesn't have the demonic stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if this would have made my top 100 because I think it's excellently made and like all of it is like the performances are great all around, and I thought it was interesting that they kind of showed from the perspective primarily in the beginning of the teacher, just because you kind of made you be a little bit suspicious. You're like, it's kind of weird that it's only your, but then at the same time, you're like, and that's what I talked about in my review that just like rage is truly blind, and it's just like when you lose your kids and this and that, it's similar with prisoners. It's just like you'll just go after whatever is the closest punching bag and just try to channel all your rage into that, like getting mad at Jake Gyllenhaal and prisoners is like, why do I die? And it's like, well, you're literally abusing a dude who could potentially help us. um but yeah, I just think from that moment on it was just like almost it it was like it was so over the top that it was like almost that I could like laugh, but I just think like the witch and like the rituals and I think like all the blood and like the black goo was just it was just too much that it passed the threshold for me.
Mm.
And I was just like from that point on because I thought the suspense and like the jump scares as much as I'm like I don't know if this is the vibe that you're trying to go for, I still thought that it was really enjoyable that you're kind of like it almost was teetering on the unreliable narrator where you're like well, she keeps kind of like having dreams similar to like it comes at night and it's like do you really know what's kind of going on with that? Um
When
and
she's
so
just, you just see her second in the forest, and you're just like, and he
Well,
runs
also,
into this tent.
well, so I think that was like hallucinated or something because I paused it and I
Oh,
zoomed in. It's totally like CGI'd in there.
Yeah, she looks
And
weird.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
So that's
so
why I was wondering if it was
She's
like
appearing in
a
everyone's
vision. Yeah.
visions that she will eventually
Oh.
try to possess. But yeah, I agree. It's like,
Um,
was she there or not? It's not exactly made clear. But yeah,
but
I
yeah,
thought the
so
same thing.
like it's just overall was like I talked about in my review. I'm like it's super well made and like I have very few gripes about like what I would change about the movie, like other than just the fact that I just wish it was less gory and less like demonic. Not
So
necessarily
all
demonic, but
witches
like
are
paranormal.
demonic, but not all demonic is witches, right? Do we agree on that?
yeah. So rectangle is a square, but
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
I see.
Not
I
That's
every.
just
because when it was described to
I
me, it
thought it
was
was
kind of
like a
like a
spell because like the same
yeah, that's
no,
what I
like
argument
thought.
is
I
like
thought it was like
y'all
a
made
Futro
it
magic.
or
seem
Harry
like it was
Potter.
like hypnosis, where I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, it felt separate from paranormal because it was more like a
the
zombie
moment that
state.
you're creating rings of salt and stuff like that, that is immediately
I know, but
demonic.
like Harry Potter's demonic by your same standard, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm
No,
saying. Like, it's a
it is
witch
not.
casting a spell. Like, I don't know.
They are
It's mind
witches,
control.
Cameron.
It literally has
Oh
more to do
my
with a
gosh.
parasite.
You guys cannot compare
The
this to
only
Harry
reason we're
Potter.
arguing is because
What?
like I felt that because like I just felt like this was something that you could handle. So
I know,
we're all
and that's
just like
exactly
confused that
that's
it's
what I think is
not.
funny is I'm literally telling you guys I'm saying everything was fine until he started throwing up black goo and then bashing people's skulls in
Black goo isn't always
their own
demonic.
You can,
Black
but
goo
heads.
you
is a
can watch
zombie. It's no
like
different.
Brawl in Cell Block 99 and be fine with that violence. Like,
We're like, Cameron, your favorite movie is Zodiac Killer. I do not understand how movie is even teetering on. I don't know. That just seems crazy to me.
You
Like
did
the
not just
violence
compare
in
this and
Zodiac is
Zodiac.
far more disturbing than the violence in this. 100%.
The,
The one
Like
actually,
watching
stabbing in the
some
back
guy get
scene
stabbed
is
repeatedly is far more terrifying than, I
well,
don't
because
know,
also the
kids
Zodiac,
tearing
it's like
apart some
knowing that it's
teacher.
real,
Or not a
that it
teacher,
was real.
a witch.
Cameron, you know what I actually thought of was I think it's the Halloween, the Long Halloween, which is the lipstick with the mind control.
that's Long Halloween
Long
part one.
Halloween. So I was literally thinking of the Long Halloween, which you wanted to talk about, because that's literally what she's doing. She's like using some ridiculous lipstick, which is just the thorns, to
It's
mind
okay,
control
guys.
people.
Let's be sensitive to Cameron. He's scared of witches. That's okay, man. We all have our
Hey,
phobias,
I'm scared
man.
of clowns, so
Yeah,
That's
clowns
what I
are
just think is funny
terrifying.
is you guys like keep arguing
Slavey.
to tell me that it wasn't too much for me. And
Yeah,
I literally
we're
was the
like,
one that
Cameron,
watched the
you're
movie and
just
experienced it.
Cameron, you just don't
No,
understand.
it
come
We're
wasn't too
on.
literally
much
not
for
that
you.
scared.
Like I genuinely considered turning it off, but I'm like I'll see
Um,
how this finishes, but it
I'm
was
so
literally
glad you
like
did though, because that ending though, come
that
on.
ending is so worth it.
That ending is so good,
well, just
dude.
the kids ripping her flesh
Yeah.
apart. Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
not
her
scary at
running through
all.
all the houses. It goes on for like
I
20
literally had to
minutes. It's
look
like
away, dude. I was like, see, that is what I'm like. You guys are so desensitized. I'm like the fact that they're literally because that's the thing is, when it's like cheesy zombie tearing out flesh, I'm just like this is dumb and I don't like it. But like this was like it actually seemed like they were pulling away at her flesh, and I was like, and the noises I had like turned down the volume. I was like, this is
But that's like
great.
literally
yeah, the
remember
Cameron,
Game of
the bee had
Thrones
it
when
coming.
King Joffrey, all the city people start tearing apart the guard, they're pulling them, ripping them to
Yeah,
shreds.
Yeah,
Cameron,
but they're not
Cameron,
showing the
you got to
skin
realize it
being
though.
pulled apart, Jordan.
Cameron, you got to realize that bee had it coming.
No matter how many different comparisons you guys make, it's still satisfying that I almost
We
considered
just wanted
turning
to
it
know
off.
that you liked it, but I appreciate you telling us what you thought. So, what about you,
See, but that's the thing
Jordan?
is,
Yeah,
unlike you, Nuggets, when watch something that I don't like, I can still acknowledge that there's a lot of good parts. You guys, are like, that sucks. I'm dumb.
sucks, and there's nothing redeemable about it. How about you, Jordan? What was it like watching
Uh,
this for the first time?
this was definitely on my radar, and if I actually had enough money, I would have saw it in the theater. Just want to clarify, Ty.
Are you
And by not
poor?
enough money,
No,
uh,
well,
Because he's spending all of his budget on
yeah,
On
Fortnite
I
skins.
skins
I have
for Fortnite.
I have a budget, so it's like Fortnite skins, movie theater. Anyways, so I
Oh
went
my
and
fetching gosh.
waited till this came on sale, and then I bought it because I love Barbarian, and I was very excited for his next film. And yeah, it didn't disappoint. It was just as fun and
Now,
crazy.
do you like it more than Barbarian or less than Barbarian?
Just as much. I think they're both on the
I
same
like
kind
Weapons
of
more. I
plateau.
do
I
like
like it
Barbarian
way
Maybe
too.
Weapons
more.
a little more,
I
but
like
I may
Weapons
need to
more.
it's
revisit Barbarian, but yeah, I liked
I've
it
now
from
seen,
what I
I
remember
rewatched
way
both of
more.
them, and I saw them recently. I actually saw a double feature, both this and Barbarian, and I did enjoy Weapons more personally.
They're both great. They're just fun, and I
Yeah.
cannot wait to see what he does next. I think he should always make horror, and
On
it's
his
kind of fun. It feels a little
God.
bit like I don't know if Stephen King's the right comparison, but just the idea that like you spend some time with different characters, and I love that. It feels like chapters in a book where it's like, ooh, who's this new guy? And then you get to see him, and then how does it intertwine with the story?
Yeah, the
And
pay yeah, keeps starting over almost, but in a different perspective. But it's not necessarily just that. It's just yeah, it keeps moving the forward
I thought that was
story
really
forward.
interesting, but at the same time almost confusing at times because
hmm,
then I felt like especially the longer it went on, I was like I felt like I was getting the timeline mixed up because especially when it jumped to the kid,
hmm.
I had no idea that it was like 2 weeks before. I like
Oh, because they
kept
didn't all
waiting for
start
it
at
to
the
be
same time.
yeah, I
Yeah.
kept waiting for it to be the day that all the kids or but then I'm like, wait, is he in the new class or is this his normal class? And
I think there's a title crawl that says 2 weeks earlier, doesn't it? Or something. Am I frozen?
yeah.
The ant, yeah, the witch.
But so like that was what was confusing to me is I felt like when it was switching through all the POVs, it was like kind of switching at the exact same time, and then this one it just like was the
They went
last
all the way
one,
back
and
to the
it
beginning.
started
Yeah.
before all of it. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like a mental situation where I was like, I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, it did that. I was gonna say a little bit of Memento, just with the story going all crazy.
Good stuff. Well, let's get into two of your favorite things.
Wait, you missed me.
Oh, I thought you shared right after
Also, that
Cameron. I'm
kid
sorry.
should
Grant.
not be allowed to be a cop. He should be. I'm glad he died. He's the worst cop ever.
Unhinged.
Him having a weapon is the worst idea ever.
Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, so I watched this for the first time 2 days ago. I absolutely loved it. Loved the jump scares. I actually felt something, just like Spider-Man Noir, waiting for to feel something, anything.
Sometimes I
And
let a match burn down to my fingertips just to feel something.
yeah. And um yeah, so super enjoyable. And I actually rewatched it today because I loved it so much.
Let's
So,
go.
so it was really fun, like seeing all the little details
Is it as
throughout.
good on the rewatch, Grant? Because sometimes rewatching,
It's one of those things that like the jump scares, I knew they were coming, so they
mm,
weren't scary. And then like knowing the mystery, you're left with a lot more questions of like, why did this happen? Like a lot of
What does
there's
it
not as many
mean?
plot holes as I thought there would be. I feel like a lot of horror movies are pretty linear and basic because like if you think about it too much, like there's just a lot of plot holes or whatever. But this one,
Like
like
us.
like oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
You know what's so funny?
But
When I rewatched it, Grant, just one little thing. When she goes into the bar to meet the cop friend, and she's like, "What happened to your finger?" And he goes,
mm,
"No, it's a work thing." It's
yeah.
like because he poked his fingers with those needles. I literally in the theater, I was watching. I was like, "I bet you that's a clue that something happened." And then like later in the movie, when I find out what did happen, it
Yeah.
was so not what I was expecting. But if it
Oh, really?
wasn't due to synchronic, that thought crossed my mind just as he was about to put his hand in his pocket. I remember
oh yeah, I thought,
I was like EMTs or cops reaching into druggies' pockets. Nope.
Oh, you got to reach from the bottom, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't care
Yep.
Yeah.
how homo
Yep.
it feels, bro. I'm sliding it like that and pushing whatever is in his pocket
Yep.
out. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
He
anyone's getting
had it.
stabbed, it's you for lying, bro.
Mm,
Oh, yeah. It
sure.
just I'm getting
Yeah.
nauseous
I
just
I
thinking
wondered
about
too
it,
if the
dude.
if he was
Oh,
gonna give the girl AIDS. I was like, oh geez.
probably did, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. But
Also,
it was a fun rewatch,
also, I was
but
confused. Was
mm,
the girl attack like the dude's her hookup buddy's like girlfriend or wife or whoever that was her
Girlfriend.
attacking her real or was that
yeah, that was
Yeah, it's
real.
all real.
So
Yeah, it
she
was
was
real.
mad about her boyfriend slash husband cheating on her. And she knew that it was the
because he got her
teacher.
You were
drunk?
with
Yeah.
her last night, were you? He just stands there. He's like,
He's
he
like,
doesn't say
where were you?
anything.
He's like, I was out. She's like, where?
Yeah,
Well, first he
where?
sits there for like an hour and a half saying nothing, looking like the guiltiest person
She's
that's
like,
ever walked the earth.
Caught
you
with his
were with
pants
her,
down,
weren't
dude.
you? Yeah, then she attacks him.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, let's get into it. Two of your favorite things. Let's hear from Cameron. Is there anything you can praise about this movie?
Um, yeah, I think. What I wish they would have done more of, because what I loved was, and I think that's also kind of why this and Long Legs I feel like don't aren't super my alley, is just because of the lack of ambiguity. Because that's what I loved in the beginning, is like the kind of things that were going on that's just like, what the heck? Like
Because
seeing those
Cameron
people
was
just
like, we
sitting
don't know if it's
in the
witches or not.
like seeing the people in the window and then like going back and they haven't moved. You're like, okay, what's going
Hmm.
on? And then
Yes.
also
Yeah.
like not
That was a
showing
good
not
scare.
showing, like you see the girl running out with the scissors and you're like, okay, wake up, and then she gets in the back of the
Yeah.
car
Dude,
and
she's
well, you
right
hear
there
the
at the
door open and
glass.
you're like,
I know. I was
no.
like,
In the
fudge, she
theater,
gonna
by the
stab
I
her.
literally
way,
paused the
there were
movie and I'm like, I
people
don't know if I can
like
finish
dying
this. This is
laughing
too
just
much.
to deal with the nervousness. Like there was some people there being like, "Oh no, no!"
Yeah,
It's like
because
it
like
was
see
so funny.
to
The
me
and
that is like
everyone was just like squirming because she's just like
a
slowly.
perfect thriller, and I think
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
like that
great long
where
take.
like I wished like more thrillers did is like that it's the perfect definition of less is more, because it's like you don't even see anything but her hand that entire scene, and it's like maybe one of the most terrifying scenes in the entire movie, and it's just you just see her hand like reach over with scissors and you're like, oh my gosh, and then she just snips hair and you're like, how is that worse than her stabbing her? um and so I think that was really good, and that's what I think as soon as it like showed it and it was like for sure like black magic, to me it just kind of like lost, similar to Long Legs, where it was just like, oh, it's this thing, and I was just like, oh, I kind of loved the mystery and kind of like the, what's going on, what actually happened, because otherwise
Cameron, not every movie can be The Cure or The Wailing, you know?
Yeah.
Not
I
every
know, but
movie
see,
can
but like
be.
that's why to me it's always so interesting when it's like you have like sort of an answer, because to me I love the movies that are like, oh, this is the answer, and you're like, but okay, but that doesn't answer some of these other things that happened or how it happened that way. Like I need explanation, and it doesn't give you that. Whereas this kind of gave like the exact explanation, like loosely, where it's like that's also, I'm like, how did the kid just know how to do that?
No, he
Also,
witnessed it. Remember, right at the table, he saw her do it, and then
I know,
witnessed her.
but see, but he used her hair, no,
He
Uh-huh.
used the old woman's hair. Yeah.
Yeah, he used her hair.
but he didn't control her.
No, it.
He
So
controlled the
Now
you
kid.
remember,
take
you put the victim on
yeah,
it and
you put
break.
the victim and you put the
You
person.
put the victim and then you wrap it
You put
around
the
with your
person's
blood and you
like,
snap the stick and then you're
And then
mind
you control
controlled.
them.
No, the
Because
bell controls
that's,
them. The bell controls them.
yeah. So the
but then how does
bell
she,
puts
wait, so
them
how
under
does
her
she control the
spell.
kids? I didn't understand that.
So the kids were already under the spell. Oh, jeez.
She's zapping their life force. She lives off of them like fungus. You see it
No,
on the
no,
board is written the word parasites. They're
no.
watching a
I
documentary
for
on
sure
fungus
understood
growing out
that
of
she was
ants.
just like that was, and then that's what she wasn't feeling good, is because her parents weren't like enough source or
Yeah, she's
whatever.
like, I've zapped all the
Um,
juices from them. I need children.
Yeah. Also, the scissor scene was a bit much for me too. I was like, holy fudge, or the fork.
Scissor-
Oh,
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 I
yeah.
was like, oh.
That didn't get me. I watched that and I'm like, like, I don't know. That doesn't do
well,
anything
to a
for
That
me.
is
kid
I
the
don't know
though,
if it's
you
definition of
funny.
know.
Like, it's
desensitized,
like,
bro.
But to a kid watching their parents, like, hurt
yeah.
Stabbing
themselves.
themselves in the face with a
Yeah.
fork
Yeah,
with
yeah.
no
I
reaction.
must be desensitized because I actually thought it was funny. I don't know why. I just was like, like mom and dad are poking themselves with a fork. I don't know. I just thought that would be funny, and I know it would be terrifying and it would hurt. But like, I almost feel like if they had cut themselves, it would have been scarier. I don't know. Maybe
And
I'm
then I think,
desensitized. Just stabbing with a fork just seemed kind of funny. Like, anyway.
no, you've watched too many comedies and like Hagrid stabbing people in the hand with a fork and thinking that's funny. Like this is not that
That's
same
right.
scenario.
That's right. He
But
stabs
I
Flitwick
think
or
my
whatever.
second favorite thing is I think the kid actor kind of stole the show. Um, I think like I was really impressed kind of with his performance, just because especially with kids in like a situation like that, I feel like their behavior is like either like so like obviously scripted or whatever, but I thought this was really interesting because I felt like his reactions were pretty appropriate, but then like he learned pretty quick, like, oh snap. Because
All
like
right, I
I
think
love that
he's
he like
fine, but I got to see Julia Garner's praises and Josh Brolin. I think that, and then of course James played the greatest movie tweaker
Yeah.
of all time, dude. Come on,
yeah, he was pretty
so
good.
good.
But like I just think the kid, I was just really impressed with him and like kind of how he
Sure.
handled it. And it also makes it so much more understandable why he was so weird and like
Hmm.
disregarding the teacher and stuff like that. And that's what I thought was really good. I was like, oh, that makes
He's
sense
hiding
when
it. Yeah.
literally his family's life is in jeopardy. And if anyone finds out, like he knows what she'll do to them. So that's why he's like, no, leave me alone. Like, get away from me.
Yeah, he's
Stop
trying to
following me. Because at
protect
first I
his
was just like, it's kind
parents.
Yeah.
of weird for a kid to say it to his teacher. I'm like, if I saw my preschool teacher, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, but he was like really aggressive and like kind of like mean towards her, which I was just like, that's surprising from like a little kid to a teacher that it seemed like a lot of the kids liked.
Well,
But
yeah, but after he had already been stalked, to me it made sense because I was like, obviously the parents were like, at this point in the movie, you don't know what's going on, but you're like, obviously the parents are like, hey, if your teacher bothers you again, like you do not talk to her and you run away. So he's like, stop following me. Like she stalks him twice. She even stakes out their house. I'm like, lady, what are you doing? And then falls asleep on the stakeout. I'm like,
I know
stop.
you're home. Ding
I
dong,
know
ding
you're
dong.
home.
Like, chillax.
I just need to talk to you. Let me see your kid.
I know it looks so bad. It's like
It
all her
looks so
students went
bad.
missing,
Yeah.
and then she's like
Yeah.
stalking the kid and
yeah,
following him
she
home.
she has literally no social awareness.
Hey, she has a plenty of social awareness. She hugs children. She gives them rides home.
I'm like,
You overstep personal boundaries. Wong did an amazing job too. He was a
Yeah, he
great
was
little
great.
principal. I think we've had enough. We're all tired. Let's just simmer down. They're all like ready to string her up. She knows something. What does she know? What did she say in that
Where
classroom?
are
All of her kids
children?
go missing. I want answers. So good, dude. Yeah. Let's get into thanks for sharing, Cameron. You got did you say two? I can't remember if you said one or two things. Grant, how about you? Two of your favorite things.
Oh man, there's so many to choose from.
Mm.
Um, I think I think just like the little details. Um, I feel like I don't watch a ton of horror movies, but I feel like a lot of horror movies are very shallow. Just like they really just rely on like dark, moody, and like jump scares. But this movie felt like very character
dark,
driven.
moody, and jump scares.
It did have those.
It
It's
did have
true.
them, but no,
But
I know what Grant's saying.
yeah,
It didn't take
like
itself too serious, right?
yeah. And like I think so the little things throughout like the newspapers that are left on the driveway is a visual
Mm,
cue to James being like these people aren't home. So
yeah.
this is a house I can go into. So it's a lot of like little show don't tell and like Ty had mentioned parasites up on the board and they were talking about it in class. So it's all these like
And
hints
Wong
of
and his
like kind
husband
of
were
what the
watching
theme
the
is.
documentary on fungus
About
growing
the
out of the
ants.
ant possessing
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's
And
pretty
then
cool.
like right before he answers the door, the documentary says, and it tries to find more ants. So it's like get more of an army. You're like,
Oh, I
holy crap.
know. It's so sad for Wong.
Yeah. And then
This is why
um
I would last so much longer in horror movies than other people. Man, never ever let anyone into your house or ever trust anyone who's nice. Oh, gunshot to the head. See you later. You kidding
She-
me? I just want to come in
get
really
her some
quick. I'm
water.
so tired.
Get her a glass.
No,
Oh,
a
well, you
bowl,
better
Please.
save your energy
a
because you're walking
bowl,
right back to that corner on the bus stop, idiot.
a bowl.
Yeah.
Yes, a bowl.
Well,
Yeah.
not is he not a
Yeah,
professor?
the
The
principal was
principal. He
smart, but then
was. He was
freaking
like, whoa,
his
whoa, whoa, whoa,
husband
whoa,
was
Yeah.
whoa,
an
whoa.
He didn't
idiot.
want it. It was
Yeah.
his gay
His husband's like,
husband
of
that was
course
like,
you can
"Oh,
come
come
in. I'm
on
like,
in.
do
He's
you
super
look at her?
fine."
I'm like, look at her. She looks like a monster. You never let something like that in your house ever.
And all he wanted to do
I
was eat
know.
his hot dogs and watch his show,
Yeah.
dude. And he never got to eat
Yeah.
them. Just bashed his husband's brains in and had to go kill freaking the teacher. He had to go kill the Justine. So good,
Yeah.
dude.
So I think my second favorite thing
But shout out
is
to that soccer mom who ran him over and mushed his brain.
yeah. Oh man.
I
So my
know, that's
second
the
favorite
true hero.
thing is so the mystery, so like the mystery solving in the full in like the first half, but then like the second half feels like the magic trick's been revealed, but you still want to see it played out because it's so like interesting.
Because
Like
now
you fit like
you're rooting
the
for
villain is
him.
like figured out, but then you're like, okay, well now I have all these questions, like how did that come to be? And then having all of Alex's perspective like, you know, explain everything up to that point is just I don't know. I think it's really well done.
Let's talk it. Yeah, Jordan, how about you? I want to hear your two favorite things, and I got a lot of things to add too. Let's hear it.
um, I should have thought more about this. The, I mean, I already mentioned it. The characters. So
Mm.
Specifically, obviously, we've mentioned him, the homeless guy. Like he is definitely one
Yeah,
of my
James.
favorite.
Yeah.
And I,
James.
He's not homeless, Jordan. He has a tent.
He's not homeless, dude. He lives in a
that's
tent,
right.
dude.
He
He's
does
an
live in a tent.
unhoused person.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so fun. Just like Barbarian, I love that it goes somewhere
So
else.
fun.
It, I know. I
That's
keep
what
using
Jordan
that.
So
just keeps
fun.
describing it as. So it's so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last week he was describing the movie. It's fun the whole time we were talking about it. It's funny.
And I think he's a great
Anyways,
storyteller. So that's
Well, Jordan, you're a
basically,
big fan of How Did This Get Made? June Diane Raphael is Paul Shear's wife. She was
yeah,
the other wife. I just
yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was funny. But yeah, shout
Uh,
out to How Did This Get Made? Super
wait,
fun.
they're actually wait, who is she married to?
So the
What?
girlfriend that got really upset that
Uh-huh.
her boyfriend
Yeah,
cheated on
the
him,
wife
Hmm.
that
her
attacks Justine
Yeah.
at the store, she's married to Paul Shear.
he's the dude with the gap in his teeth. He's
Gavin and Steve from the Human Giants.
anyways, they
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, so they're a real life
Oh.
couple. But anyway, they both do the podcast along with the voice of Rexplode from Invincible.
Yeah, they
Uh,
do. Yeah, they review terrible movies. They're really funny. But
Yeah, just
mm.
comedians reviewing terrible movies, and that's a fun. Anyway, I was just gonna mention that because I didn't know. Do you listen to How Did This Get Made, Grant?
I've never heard of that.
Not as good of a podcast as ours, but it's all right.
they just do it in front of a live audience with hundreds of people.
Yeah, and
So,
they like actually make people laugh, with their content. Unlike me, where I'm like working out my stand-up material here. Um,
but yeah, really well. I just characters great, and then I always love the payoff. I think there's always something great, and in Barbarian, the eyes, and then yeah.
So so I would say what I think is really cool about this film is like I've seen so many people try to pick it apart and try to nail down what it means. And I really like a movie that does give little things and it can remind you of things, but like that's the power of like a well-told movie with entertainment at its center and then other plots and subtext that could be interpreted. And I think that's really cool. And it speaks to
Well,
Zach Krieger because Barbarian is actually a much deeper movie than I think a lot of people even get credit for with the whole Airbnb, the dynamics between a man and a woman, trust, Me Too movement, all that
I just
stuff.
want to
Yeah, and then
mention.
like breastfeeding.
Yeah.
I just want to mention. I like that you can
Sure.
like it on both levels, and that's
Yes,
why I
you
love
can
his movies because you
enjoy.
can like it on a
Yes.
simple-minded level like me, and then Grant and
Superficial
Cameron can
level.
enjoy all the little details and nuggets throughout. So.
Jordan's like, oh, a witch.
Yeah, I just like it's like okay, she took their thing, snap. Okay, now he's mind controlled. Like I don't need to know any more than that. It's fun.
But don't know, it's black magic. It's black magic.
Yeah.
What I think is so great though are like powerful visuals. This movie did a really cool with the whole like running with your arms out. It kind of reminded me of like when Get Out was really popular. Everyone were like the Get Out thing where you sprint full on to someone
Yeah,
and then
straight at
dart
the
last
guy.
minute. That didn't even
Yeah.
surprise me, but I just really liked the visuals of like all the kids silently running out into the night. I just thought it was such a very odd thing. Like, and you mentioned Stephen King, Jordan. It did just feel, it immediately immerses you into this world where you're like, 17 kids go missing. It's just like such a good premise. It's so creepy. You're like, what is it, killer clown? What was it, right? Like, where did all these kids run off to? And apparently they went up without any prompting or anything. Like, they weren't abducted. They just ran away. And you're like, what happened? Is this some elaborate prank? And then like as time goes on, the parents are worried and freaking out. The parent
Well,
teacher
that's
conference
why
was
I
so
wonder
good.
if it would be good on a rewatch because the first time watching it, I'm like, so am I supposed to be rooting for this teacher or am I thinking she's the
That's what's so
villain?
good about it. Because
Yeah.
as you watch her, you're like,
Yeah.
you find out that she's a recovering alcoholic. Just like how she pressures what's his name, the played solo. What's his name? Aldrin
Oh
Paul.
Einrich,
yeah.
Paul. Like she pressures him and she's making bad decisions like sleeping around with a
Mhm.
married man, it's a very complex character,
I
right?
don't think
Then
he's
Josh
married. I
Brolin,
think it's just his girlfriend.
no, well,
Yeah,
no,
well, they're just
because
together, whether
no,
married or
because
not.
his father-in-law works at the police station.
Oh,
It's
I
the
guess
only
that's
reason he's
true.
a
Yeah.
cop. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are we sure it's his father-in-law though? I know it's his
I
I'm
dad.
thought
willing
it was
to
his
I'm willing to
dad.
concede
Dad.
that it could be
No, it's
fiance
a
or
no.
girlfriend, but
She says, "Tell my dad that I'll be there for their anniversary dinner." So
True.
I
So
think it's her dad, so
they could be
his
Yeah.
married, but either
father-in-law.
way, like
Yeah.
they're a thing. And then he even says
Yeah.
we're not a thing, but then very much clearly they are. And she's like, they're trying to have a baby. So like either way, he's being unfaithful with Julia, Justine
Well,
Hammer.
she wants a baby. He clearly didn't, based on his facial
Yes.
Yeah.
reactions.
Yes.
He's like, oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great.
She's like, I
Yeah.
thought you'd like that. So it sounds like that's the only time they have sex.
I thought it was going to be
Uh,
revealed that he was sabotaging, like if it was revealed that he's like somehow sabotaged or got a
That's what I
vasectomy
thought
or
too. Yeah.
something. Yeah, I was waiting for that reveal where he's like trying. But yeah, ultimately just potato peeler to the face. Yeah.
Can I, oh yeah.
So good, dude.
Wait, I just wanted to mention too. I love that Justin Long makes a cameo. I hope it's kind of like Nolan thing
uh,
where what's his name shows up in like all his movies.
Cillian Murphy.
McCain? No, Kane? John McCain. Who's the old guy?
Michael Caine?
Michael Caine.
No,
mm,
you pronounce it
You're
my
thinking of John
cocaine.
McClane from Die Hard.
No, you
John
pronounce it
McClane.
you pronounce it my cocaine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Michael Caine. Anyway, yeah, so the stunning visuals of the kids with the arms outstretched, and then we mentioned a few of the
And well, that
jumping
coming
around.
back into play and with the guy, the principal, like, because right away you're like, oh
Yeah.
crap,
Yeah,
he's possessed
right
because he's
away you
running.
know it's
Mm,
linked. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of fun
yeah.
to watch stuff like that because then you're just like, what happened, right? Because now you're seeing the principal bloodied eye, like bulging eyes. I thought his scene too, where he's running, was super funny. Like it's almost heartbreaking because you almost have no time to grieve the fact that he just killed his husband, gets up, runs out the door, and then you just see him. He's like panting and running, and you're like, is he somewhere in there? Is he trapped? Is he aware? And then he's running, and then it like cuts to his feet, like running through the park, running over people's picnics and stuff. And then like it cuts back to
Running
his
through the
eyes. His
baseball
eyes
game,
are
they're
getting
like, get the
further and
fudge out of
further out
here.
of his head. They're bulging. He's like clearly
Yeah.
dehydrated. It's just running at an inhuman
Okay,
speed.
and I love that it's kind of like It Follows, where I love the
Yeah,
idea of running at a straight line,
straight
like
line,
heading
just
right to the, yeah,
closest way. I agree. It's funny you mentioned It Follows. It made me think of that too. So like, Cameron,
yeah.
have you seen It Follows or not?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you've seen It Follows. Was that movie not too much? Definitely more than this.
Definitely was borderline, but I didn't
Yeah,
like super like it.
yeah, yeah. Oh, you didn't
It
super
was
like it, or
fine.
you did?
I haven't seen that in forever.
Oh, It Follows is
I think I
so
gave it
good.
like a 7 maybe.
Yeah, It Follows is so good. But
The
I
thing
agree, Jordan. Straight
the thing I
beeline. Is there
appreciated
something so
about it was that
terrifying
it
about a
never
homing
like really
missile?
showed, it was all just essentially like word of mouth. And see, to me that level of ambiguity is like much better for me because I'm like, okay, then I'm not seeing it. But that's the thing is like actually seeing the rituals and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I don't need to see this.
That's so interesting. Again, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, it reminded me of Get Out, with the teacup and the little ding. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
little bell.
See? Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
that and then like rubbing your bloody hand up and down thorns. Yeah, very similar to
I know.
spin.
Like,
Well, no, she rang a bell just like they did in the thing. I don't know.
Yes, the bell didn't bother me, Jordan. Believe it or not. She rang the bell. I wasn't like, I should turn this off. It
not the
was when she
bell.
it was when she got her bloody hand on the thorn and then the dude vomited black goo into his husband's mouth and then smashed his head in.
I know, but it's really not that bad, Cameron.
I
You're
know
making it
every
sound
single
worse
time you
than it
guys are
was,
mentioning a
huh?
death, and you're like, oh yeah, and then when she grabs the potato peeler and is
Philip,
pulling
dude.
off
And
skin.
then shoots him through the neck and he's still going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, no,
yeah.
or when James,
Oh.
Josh Brolin keeps throwing James and James keeps
Yeah, he like
attacking him.
knocks out for half a second. Ah!
I would
I
say if
guess
you,
you're not a fan of like the Evil Dead movies or Army of Darkness, and I feel like it's kind of on that level of just over the top,
yeah.
See,
kind of
but Army
goofy.
of Darkness is way easier for me because it's so cheesy and it's like
But
so
those are
obviously
those
cheesy.
are like obviously demonic people, like in this, because they're saying, "I'm gonna swallow your soul." This one's like they're just zombies. Like I don't know.
No, and yeah, Cameron, I'm with you. Like, I'm glad that you let us know. It's so interesting to kind of learn where, like you said, I watched other people that I thought would really like it, and they were like, "Oh, I didn't really care for the ending," right? Because it is a tonal shift. So I think it's interesting how you enjoyed the mystery aspect of it, and then once
Mm.
you kind of had it
I just
revealed, you're
felt
like,
like, well, I just because that's the thing is, even if to me, like it would have been doable, if every single time she just goes into the room and then and she's like, don't cross that salt line. It would, because it would still be borderline and I wouldn't love it, but like then like not having to see it, I think just would have helped a lot. And
Cameron's
also,
afraid that there's going to be like copycat people cutting their hands, snapping twigs, and causing people to. No, I'm just again, you're saying like seeing it, sure. I'm with you there, you know. Like you said, the goo, the vomit, all that stuff. But we're just as surprised as all. So I think we just got to get past that. Hey
clearly.
guys, Cameron is entitled to his opinions, even if they're wrong. It's totally cool. Um,
That's the thing is it's not even an opinion. It's just literally my feelings. It has nothing to do with my
Cameron, that's
thoughts
what
about.
it is your feelings. It's your opinions,
It's
man.
literally just what I felt. I felt uncomfortable. And then you guys are like,
But
you
that's an
didn't feel, you
opinion, and
didn't
you're
feel
wrong for it.
uncomfortable.
Well, it's
No.
just hard for us because in comparison to a lot of other stuff you've seen and watched, it
But
just
see,
seems similar.
that's what I just think is so funny is you guys think it's like so one to one. It's the same way I can watch somebody's head get chopped off in Game of Thrones, but if there's a ultrasound screening in a movie, I can't watch that.
Yeah.
Like it's not
What?
always one to one. Like that's the reason
Wait,
I turned
an
on Uno because there
ultrasound?
was
You
too
can't watch
many
an
like pregnancy
ultrasound?
Yeah, like
stuff.
Cameron can't watch any surgery stuff in movies or anything. Like if they show like cutting into the skin, Cameron's like,
Yeah, I
can't
look
watch
away
it.
every single time.
Oh,
True.
really? I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah, I
like
can't
Yeah.
do needles, and so that's why I
but
just think it's I
But
just think
how
it's
did you feel
funny
about
that
like
127
like heavy
hours?
oh, I
fictional
hated that movie.
gore, like yeah, I feel like he doesn't really.
Jordan's like, it's not that bad.
yeah, and dragged across concrete, Cameron looked away when they cut into the guy and pulled out the key. Remember? It's like, don't let it get
Oh
inside the
yeah,
intestines.
dang, dude, yeah. Oh, that's
That's what I
crazy,
just
dude.
think is
You're kind
funny
of
is
blowing
you
my
guys are
mind. I
always
had
like,
no
well, it's so
idea.
one to one. You've seen Game of Thrones. I'm just like, it's not comparable.
I would argue it is, but
Yeah,
That's what I'm
me
saying.
too.
I'm saying that is the exact point I'm
like
making. I'm
one of the
saying
most
you
grisly
guys, for
TV
you, you're
shows
like,
of the
oh no,
last
well, yeah, it doesn't bother me
century.
at all. But
I
that's
think it's funny. You're like Cameron's like these people exist when there's dragons. It's not real, man. It's not even real. But then a witch gets her head torn off by a bunch of children, and that's crossing the line. But Sean Bean getting his head lopped off, nah, it's fine, dude. It's all good, man. We love you, Cameron.
it
You
has
have a
nothing
double
to do
standard, and
with
that's
whether or
okay.
not I just have had lots of bad experience with that stuff, so that's why I don't like
I think
anything
I
that's
figured
even
out what it
close to
is.
that stuff.
I think I figured out what it is. The fact that maybe you're surprised after the reveal where we all thought you would be nervous leading up to the reveal. Does that make sense? Because I, for one, was like, the freaking witch appearing in places seems very paranormal and demonic to me. And she's like in the dreams. She's in the place of the boy in the bed is terrifying.
Yeah,
Josh
but
Brolin waking up.
Jordan already told me
What the
that.
fudge? It was
Well,
so
see,
Yeah,
good.
okay, that's another thing too that I loved was the delayed jump scares because like she wakes up from the dream, hears like something in her house, and then she's
Dude,
like, "Oh, it must be
looks
fine,"
out
and
into
then
the
lays down
hallway.
on the
Oh my
ceiling.
gosh, that slow pan
Oh,
of the hallway. She's
It
yeah.
reminded
looking
me of The
out.
Conjuring when they like look up at and the person's on top of the bookshelf or whatever it was, nightstand.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
And
But
then the
then when it jumps down,
delayed
it's kind of
one
funny again.
of like uh
Wee.
Archer, the dad, like the boy's facing the other way, and you're like, "Oh no, like don't turn him over," and you turn him over, and he's just like a normal
And it's
kid, and you're like,
fine. Yeah,
"Oh."
you're right, Grant.
And
They
then
kept
like it's as soon as he finished speech that like jumps down.
Was he dreaming or was at for a second I thought he was astral projecting because he was like outside his body and he
Well,
like looked
yeah.
back.
he
So I
was
think that was how they visually like
lucid dreaming.
told the audience this is not real. This is like vision or dream. Yeah. Because the first
Yeah, Jordan.
dream was
It
her, and it cuts to the school and then back to her house and then
Yeah, it's
back to the
Justine, and she
school,
sees the
just to show
boy.
you that like okay, this
well,
is
yeah, some were clearly dreams, but his seemed more like in Insidious, where they can like leave their body and like go see
Well,
things.
Justine did the same
Hmm.
thing. She walks back to the school. She's there at the school.
like my mind went straight to dream as soon as he saw himself sleeping there.
Oh,
I
Like I
get
interesting.
what
didn't.
you're
I
saying,
didn't.
Jordan. Yes, like it is weird how he immediately saw himself, whereas Justine, her dream, we didn't see her seeing herself.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
did feel because like that bit of information was not given to us. Justine's just walking down the hallway at school, goes into the classroom, all the kids' heads are down, and then the one kid,
Can't.
Alex's head lifts up, and it's clearly
Yeah.
got the makeup. And I remember thinking, oh, it's a demonic child movie, but then I was like, I was pleasantly surprised that it's just a evil witch. So,
And
um,
where were the detectives in the story? Gosh dang.
oh, they were there. Remember?
They were
Hey,
doing their
Alex, how you
whatever
doing?
job.
And she's like, "You be good, Alex." I think it's really sad. Zach Krager mentioned growing up with an alcoholic parents, the poor kid having to feed his parents soup and all the other kids soup, even like his own bully at school soup, just to keep him alive. And yeah, you're
Yeah,
right though.
that
Where
was a
were the
great moment.
detectives? This kid keeps going back to buy tons of cans of soup with no
Well,
parents.
and then to find out that the bully is Josh Brolin's dad,
Josh
I thought that
Brolin's
was
kid.
interesting. Yeah, or his
Mhm.
kid.
Yeah.
Dude, dude, the premise, and again, the parents freaking out, their kids go missing. It just felt like something out of Stephen King. I was just like, it was so good. Like
Yes, I was thinking like it, where the
Derry,
parents
yes,
like
yeah,
lose their
the town
kids.
of
Yeah,
Derry or whatever. You're like
yeah.
right in that universe. But yeah, missing children.
It's
It's just
interesting.
such a good premise. Like,
Well, it's interesting they start out with that scene because it's very like witch trials, kind of like we just want
Mm,
someone, you
to
know,
blame, right?
to
No, and
burn
it's
at the
clever
stake.
too
Yeah.
because you're right though.
Hmm.
I kept thinking like, oh, is Justine gonna be somehow linked? Like, and then you're like, well, obviously it's
Hmm.
the other kid in the classroom. He has something to do with it, but then you don't realize to what extent or what happened, and then you like start to piece
Yeah.
it together. You're like, this was well crafted because again, you had the parents who were notably upset. Justine's bad character, so there's almost like these a few misdirects, right? Because I even thought Diane Raphael, June Diane Raphael's character, attacking her in that was going to go somewhere. No, it like kind of just ended there, but it does, you know, affects later down the road, I guess, from the Paul's decisions for the rest of the movie, where he ends up socking what's his face, James in the face, and then turning off the cameras. And he's like, "Hey, you get a freebie, you get to go. But if I ever see you around this police precinct again, you're in big trouble." And it's so funny when you finally understand why James went back, because he's like, "I know where the missing kids
Yeah.
went." That's what made it so funny, because you're like, "Oh, he's just hung around." But no, he did try to leave, but he thinks of the reward and he's like it's such a funny moment when he's in the pawn shop trying to sell the iPad and he's like, yeah, it's good stuff, man. He's like, I don't want it. Then he breaks into their house, steals all their stuff, and then when he finally gets back in there, he's staring at the wanted kid poster and then he looks at the kids and he's like, he sees the camera pans back up to the $50,000 reward. It's just so
Also, he
funny. Like,
deserved to die just for being caught stealing and then realizing that they're like unconscious and then
it,
continuing to
dude,
steal. I was like,
stealing.
Yeah. And then he hears someone upstairs, and then he's like, I'm just gonna continue, finish what
well,
I'm
the thing is,
doing.
He's like,
even
whoa.
even after
And then
running into the kids, he still is trying to grab the freaking pillowcase full of silverware.
Right.
I'm like, no matter how
no.
valuable that
Or even
silverware,
when he
it's
goes
not
downstairs and
worth your
sees the
life.
kids, and then they all turn and look at him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
no question too. They're just in the dark, just standing there. He's like,
I know. So good. And then he's just like, I love it on the call too. He's like, "Yeah, yeah. So like, I know where the kids are. They're like in this basement. And it's kind of hard to explain, but I could show it to you." And it's like, "No, I'm
He's
not on
like, but I really
drugs."
don't want. He's like, I don't want to meet at the police station. He's like, they
Yeah,
kind of freak me out. I'm phobic.
I'm phobic. So good, dude. James was so funny. And that actor, what else has he been in? Austin Abrams, what is he in? He did such
I
a
didn't
good
recognize
tweaker.
him.
I've seen him in something. I just don't know what. I'll see it in a minute. But anyway, any other thing? Oh, he was in Paper Towns. Scariest stories to tell in the dark. I must have just seen, or maybe I didn't watch that. I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, you did a great job, Austin Abrams. Um, yeah. Any other things you guys wanted to throw out?
I watched an interview with the director, and he just talked about like 6 movies that like inspired him for this movie. And he said that Prisoners was the first one. He said he loved the cinematography of it, just being very dark and moody. And then like mentioned several other horror movies that I don't remember. You mentioned The Shining
Hmm.
was a big influence, like especially like that scene where the parents are like breaking through the door and like peeking through, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh
Um,
yeah. Very much The Shining. That's true. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
that kid was never going to
Um,
be able to look at his
That
parents.
was the scariest part for me, honestly. The mom looking down at her son because it had that camera
just
angle.
screaming at him.
But
Yeah.
this one was the reverse. It was after she was through the door looking down was terrifying. Like, because you get the sense that it's like a child in danger because usually when it's
Mhm.
like in The Shining, it's the other adult. It's scary, but somehow it's just not as scary as like the adult finally breaking through the door and looking down at your kid, and you get the POV of the kid where you're like, it's a small child like in so much danger, right? She threatens
Yeah.
him, don't cross that salt line, and then as soon as he touches over it, the parents charge him. You're like, oh my gosh, so scary, dude.
Yeah.
But
I love the music in this movie. Like
mm,
there's like those cool like percussion sounds for
The
like
score was
I
good.
think it was throughout a lot of James's scenes. I think when it was his perspective, it was just a lot of like interesting music. And then I loved when it was Alex's perspective, like the music was like had that like reverse sound with like um the like synths or whatever they were playing with.
yeah.
Like it was so good. I don't know. I just thought it added so much to the movie.
I will throw out, I love a good cop chase scene. Like, there's something really funny about when Paul pulls up on James and,
Yeah.
like, he's like, hey, what are you doing in the alleyway? And then he just, like, looks at him for a second and then drops his screwdriver and just starts sprinting off. Son of a gun. He, like, drives
Yeah.
around the whole block and then finds him and chases him down in person. There's just something so exciting about that. And the camera angles they use, James frantic running, like, it just gave so, it was, like, so exhilarating to watch. I was like, it's really cool how very little needs to be happening, but when you shoot it well, it just like adds so much life to your movie. So I really enjoyed that. And then
And some of the camera work.
I really enjoyed Josh Brolin's character about like not getting over the grief of losing his son. Like there's an interesting scene where you said show don't tell. It's great where he wakes up in his son's bed and you start to piece together like it's like a very childish room. He's looking at the photo and then later he even sees the photo in the dream and there's none of the kids in the photo, which I thought was really well done. They've all gone missing. And then the wife wakes up and she's like, "Well, I'm going to work." And you can sense that like, "Oh, you slept in here," like you like everyone has to deal with grief in their own ways, and Josh Brolin's like obsessing over like why haven't they figured out where they went? And it was as simple as what direction did they all run to? Oh, they all ran to this one area, and the cops couldn't figure that out. Where-
Oh, and he goes to the police station. And it's like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah, I
you
haven't heard
found
about the
anything?
canine units. What are you doing with the dogs? Like, that's
It's
because
like,
we
because
don't
they don't
report to
report
you.
to you.
I haven't been here. Yeah, I haven't been getting reports. That's because we don't report to
Yeah,
you.
I absolutely loved when he was like, looking at the videos and then he was going outside and he's using
Uh,
his little construction flags
yeah.
and then he was drawing on the lines. I just thought that was great. I love detective work. I think it's especially when like just average people get involved in instead of
Well,
the
and then it's
police.
revealed when Justine's like, "Holy crap, that's Alex's house. He's right there." And it's like, bingo. And then when they're both out there, and then when Paul comes out to the door, and he's possessed, and he like waves them in. They're like, "What?" And then they finally go inside, and he just keeps waving him in closer. You're like, "Stop!" And then you clearly see James in the corner. Did you guys catch that? I
Yeah.
clearly saw him. Like
Yeah.
he's just standing in the corner, not moving. And then as soon
And
as
it's just the salt line as soon as they cross it.
they cross it, then yeah,
So crazy.
they just lured them in.
I
I
guess
just
I
think it's
didn't
kind of clever. It's
understand
like a
like
spider wing, a trap.
why did they have to cross the salt to get attacked? Because they just come out. Remember, and he pulled in the guy. He
Yeah,
stole him
so
out of
I
the
think it
car.
was about making sure that they contained it because if they ran out and to attack them, they could be seen, it could be reported. They want to
Yeah, I
try
think it
to
was as
Mm.
soon as she
draw
knew
more
that like
people in.
cops were coming to the house, like she needed to like set up
Oh, contain
bodyguards,
it.
but
Okay.
like keep it
That's
contained.
why she said we're leaving tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
Mm.
the police are already involved. It's too much, too much heat. She's got to get out while the
Yeah.
going's good. Take all the kids, make them go hide when the cops come over to their home, clean up the
Oh yeah, that
house.
was totally a prisoner's moment when she sent the kids out. Just like they had to move the kids when they came to investigate that one lady.
Yep,
Yes.
yep, hid them somewhere. Oh man, so good though, man. I gotta say, yeah, Weapons was so exciting. And then like the whole meaning, like a lot of people have tried to compare this to like the tragedy of like a school shooting, right? Kids go missing. The 217, I can't remember if it was February 17th or there was like two school shootings and there
Oh,
was
is that what it
16, 17
was?
victims.
I was
Well, no, and
curious what the
and what's really
significance.
tragic is Zach Krager, one of the whitest kids actors and writers. He's such a funny one. I'm trying to remember his name. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name right now. I'll think of it in a minute. He tragically passed away and the circumstances around his passing is kind of suspicious, but he passed away like early in the morning. And so anyway, it's just like, and he said each of the characters that he wrote in this movie was like a different stage of grief that he dealt with. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like Justine
Mm.
almost in their face, almost digging, like asking for questions, almost like denying what happened, right? Because she knows she had nothing to do with it. But to everyone else, it looks super guilty. It's like she keeps stalking Alex. She keeps, self-sabotaging, and Josh Brolin, he's in a state of disbelief. He can't move on. He's been grieving it so much, like I said. So his wife, it's putting a strain on his relationship. And then I love when he goes over and asks the other parent, like, "Oh, we haven't talked, but like, would it be okay if I looked at the footage?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not comfortable with that." Then when Justin Long gets home
He
and he's
waits
like,
till the
"Hey, do you
husband
mind if I
gets
borrow you real
home.
quick?" And he's in the house with the footage.
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude. You're like, "Oh, he's gonna be in so much trouble." I thought that was really funny. But anyway, yeah. Overall, I think this is a great movie. Everyone should watch it. But if you're scared of witches, it may not be for you. So witches are scary.
Mm. I
But how
love
about
the
you guys?
camera work too. There's some really interesting camera work. Like you mentioned the chase scene where he chases James in his cop car. Just like a lot of like claustrophobic close-up shots. Kind of feel like a GoPro. And I think my favorite camera one was when James like the parents stand up and start walking and then he stands up and sees them right next to him. He's like, "Oh crap." And he goes to the door and it's locked and it's like trying to open the
Yeah.
door, but the camera's like
It
going with
keeps
the door.
opening.
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
deadbolt. Yeah, he's
Uh-huh. Yeah.
that
There's just
was
so
so
much
good.
good camera work throughout the movie. It's really good.
Yeah, it worked effectively too. Like you said, there were a few scenes where
Mhm.
they could have made you jump scare, but they didn't. But somehow it's more unnerving that they didn't. A great scene is where Alex opens the bedroom to his aunt, and he like slowly opens it up,
Yeah.
and he sees the wig, and the wig is super unsettling because you're like, "Oh my gosh, is that her?" And you're like, "No, no." And then he keeps opening the door, and you just see the aunt lying there with her eyes open, staring at him. You're like, "Stop, run, hide." It's so annoying too because it's like, who is this woman? Like, she doesn't live
Yeah.
here.
I know. I
She's
love
not
the
even
husbands.
family.
I love the dads like
She'll be here 2 months.
kid
Stop.
yeah, does not want her there either, but he's like trying to
Who
be
would, dude? She's so weird.
supportive of his wife, yeah.
But she's so good. She just preys on people's. Cameron, it made me think of Zodiac. Yeah, or no, not Zodiac. The girl with the dragon
The
tattoo.
tattoo. Yeah.
Where it's like because she's so unassuming and non-threatening, you're just like willing to allow it to go on until it's too late, and she already has her hooks in you. Like what she's requesting is not so absurd, right? It's like I just need a bowl of water. And they're like, okay, just come in for a second, and then she does
Kidding me,
everything
bro.
that
The
she needs
moment, the
to, and
moment
then
that she cuts herself in front of me, I'm tackling her ass to the
yeah,
ground
yeah, be like, get
before
out,
she
get out. You're
dies.
not welcome here.
Get a rag.
Get around. Good stuff. Well, freak, yeah. Would you guys recommend weapons?
Absolutely. This movie is so
Not for the
good.
faint of heart, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's like a modern day Hansel and Gretel story. It's so good. Which
I
zaps their life
I
force.
even thought of Ernest Scared Stupid a little bit because all the kids go missing in that
Oh
one.
yeah, the trolls like collecting the kids. What for?
Yeah.
Like for power, right?
What?
Yeah.
I've totally forgotten that movie.
Yeah, and
I
let's not
hate
forget, there's
everything
literally a
ever.
scene where the girl
Anything
looks under
Ernest.
her bed and it's not there, and she lies back down in
Oh
bed
yeah.
with the troll.
Cool. It's
Absolutely
terrifying.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Ernest Scared Stupid scared me stupid. Terrifying.
And Ernest are Cameron's favorite movies.
Cameron, are you a fan of Ernest or not? Like at
Hate.
all?
That is like one of my least favorite genres. That's like up there with what do you call it? Claymation.
Genres? What do you call it? Ernest genre? Is it a genre?
Like the campy, like gross. It's just because it has weird, like practical effects and creepy stuff that Jordan's like, this is the best thing ever. And all that did my entire childhood was just traumatize me.
Oh yeah, I did not like Scared Stupid. I never even liked it or thinking it was fine. I was terrified. The troll was terrifying. Kidnapping children, sleeping in their beds. It's never excusable to have a child in a bed being attacked by a monster ever in a kids movie. In any capacity. I don't even care how not scary it is. It's never okay. Just Just saying out there.
It's
So all
true. The
you,
bed's supposed to be the safe place for kids
yes,
that
I would even
like they don't want
argue.
to
I
think
just
that
watched Nightmare Before
monsters are
Christmas.
there.
I just watched Nightmare Before Christmas and Casper. There's two scenes in both movies where I was like, oh
God.
boy,
Oh,
what's that one? Which one?
Casper.
I love
Casper's
Casper.
so good. I rewatched it. It's a
That
great
movie
movie.
scarred me as a child.
I was just shocked to see your half-star review, and I was like, Cameron, are you dumb? Oh wait, was it a little too demonic? I should be a little more sensitive. Was it too demonic?
Uh,
There's some possession in that movie too. They literally possess him and like anyway, um,
sorry,
scares me.
Cameron.
We're like mocking Cameron. That's what brothers are for, Cameron.
No.
We're very sorry. I'm sorry we recommend a movie that's freaks you out. I seriously am sorry about that. So it's
Yeah,
Grant's
clearly.
fault.
Well, now I know because I thought I knew you well enough, but apparently not.
I know, me too. I like.
Because a couple
And I am
jump
still
scares.
more confused. I just want you to know I am now more confused because I'm like, the first half you liked, and I'm like, the first half I thought would
I
freak you
thought, me
out.
too. I thought the first
And
half would
then
be too
after it
much
was
for
revealed, I was like,
Cameron.
oh, he'll be like, oh, that's cool. But then I was like, if he gets to the second half and then maybe he watches the first half and he's like, what'd you guys put me through? And I'm like, well, if you watch the ending, it didn't seem less scary.
Yeah, and then I thought the ending would he be like, oh, it's over the top craziness.
I think it's just safe to say we don't understand you, Cameron. How well can you really know someone, you
Yeah,
know?
that's been pretty clearly expressed.
This is like the box, you know? It's like you push this button and someone you don't know dies and you get $1 million. And it's like, oh, my husband died. It's like, but how well did you really know your husband? Do you guys remember that short story? And they actually made a movie about it with Cameron Diaz and James Marsden. Anyway, the movie sucked, but in
Yeah,
the
that's an
short
Ellis
story kind of
concept.
sucked.
Every
How
single
well do you
person.
really know your husband? I don't know. Pretty well. But I guess we just really don't know who you are, Cameron. So we're very sorry. Here at the
Right.
podcast, we're very sorry for you. But let's hit with dear listeners, what we've been watching and what we're looking forward to seeing. Grant,
Let's see.
today, Junior.
Let's see. So, trying to remember because I mentioned Inside last time. I don't remember. Oh, it's because we did Malignant, yeah. And then I watched Cabin in the Woods. Okay, so yeah, so the only other movie I've seen was I rewatched Oppenheimer for the first time since seeing it in theaters.
And
And I
is it
just
not
yeah, it's so good.
the
Like it was
best?
so much better on rewatch because like I was kind of expecting like the test, the Trinity test to be kind of the highlight and peak of the movie, but like it literally happens like the midpoint of the movie. And then everything after is all like the court scene with Robert Downey Jr.'s character. And so like kind of knowing that and expecting that, I enjoyed it way like a lot more. I just remember being so bored in the second half the first time I watched it.
You were
So I was
killing me,
like,
dude. Too much
yeah, look,
dialogue.
exactly. Because like I mean the visuals and everything with like all the buildup for like the tests and everything was just so good. Um and like keeping track of people, it felt like Game of Thrones all over again. Like all these names being thrown about. I'm like, which scientist is this? Like who are they talking about? You know? And so like and even on rewatch I was like a little lost, but I was getting a lot more that time though. Um but yeah, it was much more enjoyable. Phenomenal acting from so many people in that movie. It's yeah, it's great.
It's awesome. I love it. Yeah, Oppenheimer's a masterpiece, dude. So freaking
Yeah, it
good.
does get better in rewatch. I agree, Grant.
I still love it that Grant's like, oh, all these people, Albert Einstein. Uh, it's-
Dude, growing up, I thought Albert Einstein was like pre 1600s. I never knew that he was like actually lived in the 1900s.
Oh,
It
you learn
wasn't this
something new
movie
every
that
day.
revealed it that to me, but like it
Grant's
wasn't until
watching
like the
Oppenheimer and
past
he's
couple
like,
of
I'm
did,
pretty
did
years.
sure
Christopher
he
Nolan
like
take
met with Martin
liberties?
Luther King, and I saw that in high school, and that like shattered my world as well. I thought it
Yeah,
was
I
like
was
a
like, what? Because
lost.
like, yeah, it just For some reason, he seemed so like ancient. Yeah, I don't know.
Writing on stone tablets.
Well, it's
Exactly.
actually Grant, it's actually a psychological effect that a lot of times with certain things, I actually learned about it in psychology once that with certain things that the government like wants people to like remember as a lot like a long time ago, they often will put those pictures black and white in textbooks.
Hmm.
So that's why like
Yeah.
most civil rights things and stuff like that is put in black and white. So it's like, oh, that was forever ago, and it's like, oh, that
Oh
was
yeah.
in our parents' lifetimes, and there was a lot, and color like existed 50 years before that. So it's like those were put in black and white by choice.
Do you think it's just because of that, or
Interesting.
maybe there's like some cool like art house meaning, like black and white? I'll
Yeah,
just
I'm sure textbooks have art house meaning in their photos.
I'm trying to give him a generous a generous read. But that's interesting. I never thought of that. Like they want you to distance it. That's interesting.
Yeah, because then otherwise, if it's color, you're like, oh my gosh, this happened like super recently. But if anything's black and white, like a picture of Albert Einstein, you're like, oh, that's forever ago. Like that's black and white times.
But what did Oppenheimer say to Albert Einstein to make him so cross with me all those years ago?
And I love the quote because it's the guy who played Paul in this movie. He was the attorney assigned to Robert Downey
Yeah, like
Jr.
an aide,
like help him
yeah.
out or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I love his quote right at the very end before he goes out to the press. He's like, "Have you ever thought that maybe they weren't talking about you? That you're not the center of the world?"
Grant
Like
just learned that like dialogue in movies can be so
I know it's
impactful.
phenomenal. Like if I actually
Almost like a bomb
listen.
being dropped, like words.
I
Isn't
don't,
that
I don't know that I've
amazing?
ever
Grant,
heard
I'm
Grant
like
talk
you.
about details so
I
much in a
only
movie
like
like
movies
this
with
movie.
talking now. Like I do not care. If someone gets punched in a movie, like I will be honest, one of the best movies of all time, The Social Network, the fact that he doesn't throw the punch in the movie makes that movie so much stronger. Just saying. When he literally Andrew Garfield
Fakes
raises
out.
his fist to punch Justin Timberlake in the face, makes him flinch, and he goes, I like standing next to you, Sean. It makes me feel bigger. It's amazing. There's so much more there than just a physical punch in the face. It's so good. Anyway,
We
sorry.
just want to thank all the laptops that had to die for that scene.
Yeah, how many laptops did Fincher have destroyed? It's part of the budget.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
they said like
he's plugged in right now. He's plugged in, huh?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like between like 60 or like 200 laptops
Really?
that
I thought it was like 11. Was it really that many?
Yeah,
no, I'm
To
pretty
no,
sure
it was that
it was
many.
like 60 plus that
I
he like
remember, yeah,
bashed every single time and they were like, all right, do it again.
yeah, he's like they
'Cause you
had to
know
do
Fincher,
takes
he's
like
or he
70
wants him to
times.
stop acting. It's like
Well,
And it's
yeah,
weird too,
that's
because
why
you're like,
when I
if you have so many takes, how do you even find the right one? He wouldn't use it until like the very, and you think like, oh, he would use the first ones. No, he would use like the last ones, which is very interesting. It's just like he would make him do it so many
or
freaking
like
times.
American Psycho, you just do it in so many different ways that that even the only people that know how it's truly edited is the editors and the director.
Yeah, no, that's true. But like he specifically said, like, because, and I'm sure some of the actors know, like, oh, that was like one of the later takes. But it's like, if you do it 70 times, it's like, how much can you even
That's got to
say?
blend.
You tweak it a little bit, but it's like, that's the one he wants. Yeah, it's so weird, right? It's like a very odd thing. But, I just
Reminds
watched
me of
the
Spider-Man. He had to do that take of catching the food on the tray, like actually do that.
yeah, because he wanted to do
Yeah.
no, it's awesome. He literally did a
Yeah.
dude perfect, freaking
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, but like not exposing his secret identity or anything. That the first two, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, are the worst Peter Parkers at hiding their identity. Like Peter doing that and then like also just dodging all of his like the punches or whatever in that fight. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that the nerd of the school, that's pretty normal for him to do that. And then in
You could
Andrew
take karate,
Garfield,
you know.
him jumping from the 3-point line and then breaking the backboard on a dunk. I'm like, yeah, that's a really normal thing for some nerd who
I forgot
skateboards.
that happens in Spider-Man.
I'm like, what?
What a movie, dude.
Have you ever heard of a secret identity?
Yeah, speaking of Sam Raimi, Cameron, I watched that trailer. Yeah, I'm excited. He
Looks
makes
pretty
great
good, right?
trailers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the Maze Runner kid. He
Which
has
Yeah.
which
like kind
movie?
of
Sorry,
an
which trailer?
evil. It's it looks just
Send help.
it's like
Send help.
Triangle of Sadness vibes, where it's just like this
Oh,
guy
we
is
didn't
like
watch that. Yeah, you texted it. I
he's
need to
like
watch that.
super. he's like this super rude billionaire kind of tech guy, and then he and like some of his like workers and like his secretary, who's played by Rachel McAdams, who he like is always super rude to, or she's just on his team, and then they get stranded or whatever, and then he's essentially like, "I'm your boss," and she's like, "That doesn't work out here, brother."
I know. I love how Sam Raimi is totally sells me and Ty. We're like, oh yeah. And Cameron's like, and then Rachel McAdams, all right, I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I'm
Dude,
like,
they
I know
made
why
her
you
look
like
like
it,
an
Cameron.
average like girl in this movie.
Is
Because
that
like
even
about time they
possible?
try to make her seem like this average girl, but then she's like gorgeous, you know? But
Yeah.
this movie she looks like actually normal. It's funny.
Is
I don't
it
know. I'd say
because of the way
that. I
she,
think to me it's the same as miscongeniality. Like, look how hideous she is. Who would
I
ever want to
know.
be with her? And I'm like, a what? I'm like, even
I
for
don't know,
on
the
her worst
snorting did
days.
it for me, dude. So cringeworthy, man.
Yeah, and
Like
all the coworkers are like, she's so like, oh, you want her for the job? She's hideous. And I'm like, what?
it's like in Rocky, dude, when Adrian, she's wearing the glasses,
I know.
like this ugly woman, and then she takes off her glasses and you're like,
Hideous.
hubba hubba.
I know. What? I'm like, it was pretty clear that she was like pretty the entire time. She was just shy. And everyone's like, she's so ugly. My sister's hideous. She's gonna die alone. I'm like, what? I'm like, have you seen
Mahana.
yourself in the mirror lately? You are the ugly one of the family. That's for sure. You literally are like a 30-year-old who goes to the freaking bar, like a 35-year-old going to the bar every single night and then beating up people and trying to
All
be like,
right,
hey,
let's
let me be an
anything else,
enforcer.
Grant, you've seen?
That was it.
Love it.
Oh, I
Jordan, how about you?
started Tenet.
Oh, you watched Tenet?
It's a long movie, but yeah. I started it. And then
Dude, you're
Elise was like,
watching
I want to
all the
rewatch
So,
movies,
this.
so
man.
does that
Oh,
mean that you're
sorry.
at the beginning, Grant, or the end?
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
you're actually
I'm
halfway. You're
already
at the
moving
middle.
backwards in time right now.
No, you're right at the middle. You start right when the turnstile hits. So you're moving forwards and backwards.
Exactly.
The temporal pincer. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I just have one word, Tenet.
that movie is somehow um less complicated or what's it called less complicated than Memento, but more confusing.
Let's go.
Well, I love the explainer video Ty sent, and it made it way more confusing. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
whoa.
No, no. At first, I was
It
like
made
on board. I
sense
was like, "Oh,
somewhat.
I understand it." And every single time, it's as soon as they start the cars up, I'm done. My brain is cooked.
Yeah,
Like
the car scene
that
is
is the scene. It gets me every time.
nuts.
I am up with the movie up until then, and then as soon as the
Yeah.
cars start, I'm like,
I'm still trying to wrap
"What?"
my head around how he does it practical. I'm like, my brain hurts.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
also don't
Wild.
get that he's like, you hired me. And I'm just like, what is going on? What? And he's like, you haven't figured it out by now? And I'm like, I know this is the director slapping me in the face, but
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I've not
Christopher
figured it
Nolan's
out
like,
by
"You
now.
haven't figured it out." You're
Like, I
like,
literally don't understand.
I'll never get over it. It's Maximilian. And his last name is Neil.
Mhm.
Neil's the character, and Maximilian, his name's backwards. It's a palindrome. It's beautiful.
So
It's
good.
Cat's
And
son.
then Arepo is the artist, and then backwards is opera, and that's the whole key to,
So good, dude. I'm
yeah.
not gonna
There's
lie.
so
I
many
think that
things.
movie will be studied years from now, and they'll be like, it actually can't logically make sense. They'll be
It'll
like,
it'll be it'll be just like in the movie. It'll be the timestamp for the future for them to figure out how to get the technology to send a nuke back in time.
that's so good, dude.
I don't think you
Dude,
need to think that hard to. I mean, I don't think we should be thinking that hard to enjoy a movie. I don't think it'll
Right,
be
just
his
feel it, Jordan. Come
yeah,
best
on.
Jordan, you
movie.
just need
Yeah.
to feel it. Don't try to
Feel it.
understand it. I love you saying that. Are you saying it ironically, Jordan, or
No,
not?
I just feel like he's got way better films, and so Grant said people will study it.
Oh,
It's like one of
yeah,
my
like his
most
best
favorite
film,
films of
Dunkirk,
his.
right, Jordan?
Dunkirk is
I
his
love
best film.
Tenet.
Yeah.
I can't wait till my kids watch it because
It's
I
again,
think
so
I think
good.
Insomnia is his most underrated movie.
It is underrated.
The
I
amount of
It's
rewatched
not
times
his best.
Insomnia.
I've
I
met
like
so
it,
many people who are like,
but
"Oh, I love movies," or "Oh, I love Christopher Nolan." I'm like, "You ever heard of Insomnia?" I'm like, "Oh, so, like you seen Insomnia?" And they're like, "What's that?" I'm like,
Cameron,
"Well,
just ask them. In
it's
most
only
cases, they don't know Memento or The Following. They don't know Following
okay."
either.
Nobody
Wow.
knows the following.
Nobody knows
I've
the
never
following.
met anyone who's seen the following.
Yeah.
Every single person that's like, "Oh yeah, Christopher Nolan, my favorite director," or whatever. I'm like, "Oh, you seen the following?" And they're like, "What?"
Most directors' first films are boring though, because you're like they use all the tricks that they learned when they made
It's
their
see, but
first
it's
film.
all these directors' second movie that is just like unreal. Like Memento's his second movie, and then Seven is David Fincher's second movie. First actual movie, because Alien doesn't really count, right, Jordan?
No,
No,
it's
they
true though, Cameron, because you're like, yeah, it blows my mind to think like how young they were in their movie making and made like masterpieces. Like
Also, how do you get
it's
that cast?
crazy.
Like, how do you get like you make The Following, and then how are you getting Guy Pearce? I'm like, yeah, sure, Guy Pearce
Well,
isn't like the biggest
no,
name ever,
Cameron,
but it's
he
like,
wanted Brad
especially
Pitt though. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he was gonna
really
use
for
Brad Pitt for
Memento.
Memento, but he couldn't land it. So he's like, I'll take Guy
Wow.
Pearce.
But still, Guy Pearce, especially around that time, like that's around like Count of Monte Cristo and all that. Like he was like a pretty, I feel like, prominent like villain. So just impressive that he does that. And then same thing with
I
Seven.
think you're saying that
Seven
post Iron
actually
Man
makes
3.
no
I don't
sense.
think anyone knew who Guy Pearce was.
How do you make Alien 3 and then the cast for your next movie is Kevin Spacey, Brad Pitt, and Morgan Freeman when it's Paltrow? What? What kind of script did you have to get
Well,
those
I
four
think
people?
that's it,
Like,
Cameron. Like
yeah,
if anyone was like, we're making a serious procedural police drama about a serial killer who does the seven deadly sins, on paper, I think that's the perfect script. Like just right that
no, they're
right.
like, sorry, what was your name?
Yeah. What's your name?
David, what was the last
David
Fincher?
Fincher?
Okay. Oh, what have you done? You seen Alien 3? What?
it's not the bad movie. Oh my gosh.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy that he went from Alien 3, which is yeah, it's not terrible, but it's just like it's
Cameron,
like
have you ever
it's like
considered that that one was
Predators.
for the
It's like
studios? He
Predators
did it
level,
out of
Jordan, where you're
obligation,
like,
but he really wanted to do the Passion Project 7, you know? I think
yeah.
that's what happens. I think a lot of directors are like, here, like it's the same thing
No,
with
well,
Taika
Martin Scorsese
Waititi,
does it. He goes from
Edgar Wright. Yeah.
masterpiece to passion project, and the passion project 80% of the time is 9 hours long, and I'm like, ah,
No, it's true. Like Francis Ford Coppola and Megalopolis or whatever. Like some
no,
of these
dude,
directors
freaking
are so far up their own
what's
butt.
his name? Martin Scorsese's
Irishman,
what's the one about the making of the super famous movie?
not Disaster Artist. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
you're talking about Fincher making
Oh,
the black and
Fincher,
white
Mank. That
thing.
movie sucks. It's about a movie that sucks, and it's somehow still more intriguing than the movie that it's made about. Citizen Kane is the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life, and people
Wait,
are trying to
which movie
convince
is
me that
it?
it's a
Citizen Kane is
masterpiece
so
Mank.
more
good.
than
Is
You need to
Mink
Alien.
about the
see.
making of Citizen Kane?
You would
Yes.
like it, Ty,
Now
because
that's
you.
convincing me to watch
Yeah.
Mink. I'm not gonna lie. I love Citizen Kane. The movie's so good. Cameron, you
Rosemary, a rosebud.
oh, crazy.
Stupid. I just wasted 3 hours of my life watching that garbage.
I'm sorry, wait. What do you think Rosebud is?
Isn't that like the sled that he gets or whatever? That's like the whole key to it all or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it is the key. Spoiler alert for Citizen Kane for everyone that hasn't seen this movie. It's like a hundred
You're
years old.
welcome. To everyone that I just spoiled it for, you're welcome. I just
So
saved you
Cameron, do you know why that's significant?
because it's like went before he was famous and it was like the gift that he got.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like he
It's his missed
he
out
regrets
childhood.
his life. He
Yeah.
wishes he could return to a time of innocence. That's
yeah,
why
and I
there's an
wish I could
amazing
return
scene
to
where his
before I
wife
started that movie.
is a failing. There's a scene where his wife is like an awful actress, and he put on this entire play for her, and he stands up and starts manically clapping. It was literally mocked in the Shia LaBeouf music theater by the Gay Opera House thing. You remember that Shia LaBeouf music
Cannibal.
video?
It's like the same as Amadeus. People can try to explain every single reason why it's a masterpiece, but
Oh
I'm
my
like, have
gosh.
you seen the movie? The movie
Okay, well, did you like Breaking
was
Bad?
19
You're
hours long.
barely watching it now, so maybe you don't enjoy really slow character dramas where you watch a man slowly descend into being a shallow husk of a man that's completely buried
Oh,
under all
Wall
this
Street.
wealth and importance, but he regrets every decision he made and wishes he could go back to a simpler time where he was just a kid. Like, I don't know, dude. I think that it's like a
I
wonderful life, but it's like a sad version of it. It's
I wonder
like
if I'd like it now. I watched it in high school. I also thought it was boring.
you
So,
guys need to rewatch Citizen
but then
Kane.
again, I also liked Michael Bay movies like The Island in high school. So,
Yeah, we had that on the PSP, dude. I watched
yeah,
that all the
Lincoln
me
time.
6
too.
Echo, Jordan 2 Delta.
Yeah, Jordan probably thinks that's a better Scarlett Johansson performance than Jojo Rabbit.
That's when
Probably.
I was obsessed with Scarlett Johansson back in the day, and then now I'm
And then he
like,
realized that
eh.
she's a bad actress, and he's like, she's not even good. And
And then he
Jojo
hates her because he found out that she does the voice.
I was like, oh, that's who does
Jordan,
it.
do you hate Scarlett Johansson?
Yes, he
No, I
does.
just didn't like her in Jojo Rabbit. She's kind
Yeah,
of
and
got
then
this
also
like
you found out that she was the voice in her, and you're like, it makes me like it a little less. And I'm like,
That's
Yeah.
so
it's
funny.
well, because I thought it was a black woman. I didn't realize it was like Scarlett.
Except no one sounds like
That's
Scarlett
funny.
Johansson except Scarlett Johansson.
yeah, I love
You
Gotta
know,
that.
they
be
tried to
bored.
get her to do the voice for AI, or like one of the companies.
That'd be a little too on the nose after the movie Her. Everyone would be a
Yeah.
little
Mike
too
Jones
freaked
should
out.
sue after that.
Yeah. Well, freak. Cameron, hit it. Or Jordan, did you have any movies? Or are you gonna tell everyone to look at your
Yeah, just check
letterbox?
out my letterbox, Jordo
You have
Zero.
to give us
What's
one.
in the box? What's in the
Um,
fetching box?
well, maybe I'll talk more about it with you guys afterwards, but I did not like Eddington and Sinners. Sinners, two thumbs
Yeah,
down.
I cannot believe you hated Sinners. I
I
literally,
love Sinners, dude.
Uh,
Listen to the soundtrack on repeat. My kids dance to
was
it.
I supposed to
It's
care about anybody though? They all suck. Like,
Smoke and
Wait,
Stack
don't
are the
spoil it. I
coolest
haven't seen it
characters.
yet.
Michael
If
B.
it's
Jordan
worth
oozes
seeing.
charisma.
yeah,
He's
wait,
freaking
why
he
don't you
awesome.
just
like them?
he just like
Because they're
shoots some
black?
guy in the street, and the next thing they're like, "Hey, no problem, man. You shot me in the butt," and the other
Well,
guy's
you
like, "You shot
understand
me in
who
the
they
leg."
are, right? They're literally like Al Capone's
They're
like number
terrified
one
of
and
him.
two.
Yeah.
They're like
They
they're
get away with it because they're above the law.
yeah, like
Hmm.
they're the scariest people because they're literally like number one and two in the mob. And so
Jordan's
it's like
like, oh, I probably give him a pass because they're black.
no,
No,
but
and then at
No,
literally
the end when he shoots all the white people, I thought that was kind of funny because I was like, I feel like that's a studio note where they're like, well, you need to shoot some racist people. This movie's set place in the South. Like, we have to have a quota. But my gosh, dude,
I
Remick as the vampire is so freaking good and
yeah, also
I
interesting.
think I just don't care. I'm not a huge vampire person.
Bro, what do you mean you're not a huge vampire
You're not
person?
a Twilight fan? What?
Yeah, yeah. Vampires are like everything, Jordan. What do you mean?
yeah, I also thought it would I thought you would love like because it's literally pretty much turns into a slasher because literally he's just like, hey, can we come in?
Like CGI stuff. I don't know.
I think Remick's what do you call it? Prosthetics and makeup was freaking
What was
awesome.
CGI?
I don't know. Maybe I'd have to watch the behind scenes and I'd
They had
appreciate it
eyes like
more.
Blade Runners, Jordan.
Yeah,
Didn't
the
that
I did
excite
like
you?
the eyes. Yeah, that's what I wrote in my review. I like their eyes. I gave it half a star for that, and
I
then
knew
I
he was
liked.
thinking of Blade Runner when he saw that. He's like,
Yeah, I
oh,
did
that's
think
very
of Blade
interesting.
Runner. I was like, all right, props to
Jordan's like,
them.
oh, this reminds me of things I like.
But I just didn't understand it. He was like, I didn't care for the characters, but then his brother died, and spoiler alert. But when he's like all sad and he's like, um, am I supposed to care? Because 2 seconds ago his brother was cheating on him. Like I was like
His brother was
Brother was
cheating on
cheating
his
on him?
brother.
yeah,
What movie did you watch? What do you mean
Incestuous
cheating on him?
twins.
cheating with his girl or whatever, right? Like
It wasn't his girl.
No.
Jordan, I think you were confusing the twins.
Yeah, so
They
the twin like one of the twins only is ever interested in Haley Steinfeld and then the other twin has
a wife, and he's cheating on his
the witch
wife with
doctor.
this girl. And he's like, he
yeah.
left her for a long time and they came back. Like, they're terrible people. So I'm like, why should I care about
He
these horrible
doesn't
human
cheat on
beings?
anyone with a
Yeah, because
wife.
remember, he came back to his
No,
wife.
no, that is his wife.
That is his
Yeah,
wife.
the
Jordan,
bigger
yeah,
woman.
it's
Like,
not the brother. The brother doesn't cheat on the other
Yeah,
brother's
there's no
wife.
cheat like what's it
yeah, there
called?
is, because remember, she walks up to him and is like, "What's your brother gonna think?" Like, remember? And then they go in the back
No,
room, and
because
that's when
the
she
brother
bites him.
told him you need to stay away from her.
Yeah. Oh, Jordan,
I'm
my
so
sweet.
confused.
He said you need to stay away
Jordan's
from
like,
her
can we get a
because
different actor to play Michael B. Jordan and the twin?
because Michael B. Jordan because so like the different one
Tells
that is in love with the big black lady told the one that's obsessed with Haley Steinfeld
And
because
he's
how
cheating on his wife with the girl. Because that,
he's dumb.
okay, I don't
no
He's
because
dumb.
understand.
he was telling him stay away from this girl because
Stay
she's
away from
bad
this girl.
news
She's nothing
for
but
you.
trouble.
Yeah.
And in
And
the
that's why
end,
he's saying,
Haley
and then that's why
Steinfeld
she's
ends
saying,
up being
"What's
a
your brother think?" And
vampire.
that's why every time he comes up to him, he's like,
Yeah, but remember on the train, she's like, you did some stuff to me. I don't want to get into it. It's really inappropriate, but
Yeah,
it's like,
Yeah, she's
yeah,
talking to the guy, and so that's why
talking to the
it's
guy
which
who,
brother though? That's why I'm so confused because
they are like there is no crossing of relationships. It's
yeah,
only
there's no
one
crossing
one of them
relationship.
is super into the big black lady, and one of them's into Haley Steinfeld, and it's like they never ever
no,
cross
but
paths.
one of them did sleep with, at least according to her on the train. She said, "Oh, that's not what you said before."
Yeah,
Remember?
No, see
he
that's
had
what
a
he's
relationship with her previously,
and that's what
but
he's
Yeah,
then
saying.
he's
He's trying to
back in
say
a
I can't
relationship
be in a
with her
relationship
again,
with you
Jordan.
anymore. And then she
It-
said, "Well, that's not what you said to me on the train."
yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm
But it's
saying.
not because
He,
of infidelity. It's because like he's just essentially trying to
but
cut
they
himself
both
off.
have a girl. Like one has a wife, one has a girl, and then one of
No,
them, I don't
Jordan.
know
No,
which one,
Oh,
was with
wait.
her.
I know where Jordan's getting
And
crossed here.
then
Okay.
they ended up and then the other one ended up
no.
going with her again.
The preacher's boy. He is the one that like hooks up with the other chick.
With a girl that
I know
does
that.
have
I'm
a
not talking about the
husband.
preacher
Yes.
boy.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
she
the
has a
brothers.
husband. She has a husband.
I
Nobody
agree
else.
with you there. I didn't care for her character, so when she got bit, I was like, yeah, let's go. Take
Yeah,
her out.
the only people I really
I
cared
If he
about
had it coming.
um Smoke and Stack and then the preacher boy were all sick.
only person I liked was the what's his name? Corn chops, corn chowder. What's
Cornbread.
the
Cornbread.
cornbread? I like corn. I just like his name, cornbread.
Dude, I love Remick, dude. The freaking Rocky Road to Dublin with all the demon vampires was
Yeah,
like
he was
the
cool. I
most
like
bad A thing I've ever seen.
and I like the songs they sang. That was kind of fun.
So dope, dude. The freaking
Yeah,
river dancing. I'm serious. Like I
that
think
was creepy.
no, and then I freaking loved I didn't get it the first time I watched it. I thought it was strange, but like when Preacher Boy does the song where you like go across all these decades of music and black culture, like rap to less savory things like blues and rock, which was awesome, and
That
less
was an
savory
interesting
things like
scene. Yeah, I thought that
twerking.
was interesting.
Yeah, it was freaking sick. And it was like
It
African
it
dancers
reminded me of
all the way to
The Great Gatsby, the remake, when they're
yes,
like
a little
singing
bit
and
of
all of a sudden
that.
it turns into like hip hop or something.
Well, and again, the song was spanning the generations of time, right? He's literally connecting with his ancestors and his future posterity.
Yeah, but
Pretty
I just felt
sick.
like they did it better in Kickboxer because he's like, I am connecting with my inner history of
Well, no, no,
warriors, and
it's
then he
almost as
like,
powerful as when Rey says, "I am all the Jedi." It's almost as beautiful and poetic when she does that.
I was just so surprised that you didn't because to me it literally was just like essentially a vampire
I am
slasher
a Skywalker now. I
with
can just
really good
claim it.
I'm a Palpatine stealing the name of Skywalker.
Oh,
Palpatine wins
man.
at the end. Does anyone realize that? Like, unironically, they thought they were doing some poetic thing with Star Wars. Oh my gosh.
and then Eddington was like, that's Ari Aster's newest film. It's
Any
just,
good?
it's literally like reliving COVID and all the worst parts of COVID. So it's just like, I hate
I
this.
know. I'm dreading watching that and the one battle after another because those two
Oh, see,
movies,
and I was like, as soon as I
yeah,
thought of that, I'm like, oh, this is what Cameron was talking about. This is why I probably would hate one battle after another. It's just like
yeah.
all the worst parts of humanity and people, and I just,
yeah
but
it's
the
like
ending was
intentionally
fun.
trying to make you uncomfortable. I'm like, good job, you made me uncomfortable. Is that like
Yeah,
job?
Like, see,
Here's
we
your
do
Academy
movies that
Award, and
make
I'm
you
never gonna
think. You're
recommend
like,
your movie or ever
great.
tell anyone to like watch it ever.
but yeah, the ending was fun because it escalates like way over the top, so much so I was like, oh, now it's just gotten silly, and so I like enjoyed that. But man, you have to get through just people being so nasty to each
I'm
other, and I'm
just
just
gonna
like,
love the
ooh.
fact that Jordan did not like
Kind of
Sinners
sounds like Bo is
because
afraid too.
yeah.
I
I
like
just
Bo's
love the
Afraid.
fact that Jordan did not like Sinners and wrote it off because they thought there was this unfaithful relationship.
Well, I just there I'm like these people are horrible. Like why should
Well,
I care about these
and it's
people?
also funny that you're like, oh, the CGI. I'm like, I don't even remember any CGI in the.
Maybe it was practical. Like I said, I'd love to see the behind the scenes. Maybe I'd get more appreciation for it.
Oh
Because
yeah, and the
listen,
soundtrack, dude, that soundtrack is a banger. I'm
listen,
sorry, like
the remake of Dread is like one of my all-time favorite movies, and it's in my top 100. But when I first saw it, I was like, like it said too much CGI. But then I watched the behind the scenes, and they used like all practical. I'm like, holy crap! And
I
so then I
love
went,
that that literally can make a movie like a 3 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 for you.
yeah,
It's so
it
crazy.
does. It makes all the difference knowing because for some reason I just like if it doesn't feel real to me, then I'm just like,
and Jordan's like, and it didn't feel real when I first saw it. But then when I was told it was real, then I was like,
Well, it's serious. Like now that like I'm watching AI stuff and I'm like, I'm screwed. I just can't tell anymore. It's
Jordan's like, Michael Jackson's back from the dead,
I feel
dude.
like this. I feel like this
Those
movie had
nuggets,
like
man, it's
a decent
crazy.
amount of like CGI.
Dude,
No,
he was at a McDonald's.
did you watch that clip I sent you guys with him stealing people's chicken fingers?
Yeah, it's
And
a
then doing
smooth
the
criminal,
dance.
dude.
Yeah, that was so good.
So good.
Jordan. I feel like did this movie not
Oh,
have some
man.
CGI? Like I feel like every single like violent scene was pretty CGI. No.
What are we? Oh,
And
this movie?
weapons?
Yeah.
And weapons? No, dude, that was all practical, dude.
He's pretty
Juicy
The
practical.
and
skull.
cosmetics, dude. The eyeballs all popping out of their head,
Yeah,
dude. So good, dude.
maybe. I don't know. It's just as long as it's fun. Like I'm using that word again.
It's a good time.
As long as it's a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. Well,
It's always,
Frank,
it always is just funny to me. I feel like it's always like those one thing, or like the hating Jamie Lannister's accent. It's like, 1 star. I'm just like, what? Did you
yeah,
even
Jordan.
watch the rest of
Let's
the
be honest.
movie?
Jordan is the
Yeah.
most petty
Like that
of us
that is
here.
something that I'm like, oh, that was kind of weird. And that would like maybe make it like a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10. But for Jordan, just like, that took me out of the film. I'm just like,
Cameron, don't even get me
what?
started. I literally watched all of Smile 2, which I think is probably arguably better than Smile 1. And at the end of it, Jordan goes, yeah, I didn't like the pop singer. She just had it coming, you know, like just didn't like her. And I'm like, because she was a famous pop star, like
It's always funny.
Just didn't care for her. So
didn't care for her.
I mean,
But
if she's the main person, you have to spend 2 hours with a person, and I don't like the person, then how am I supposed to enjoy it? I don't
and
know.
again, I'm asking him like traits that he didn't like about her, and it's like, well, she's a entitled pop
She is. She's
star.
a snob, and then she wants me to care about her. Like, oh, boo-hoo, poor me. Okay,
I mean, she did
your
have a
life is so
demon of
hard.
death after her, so yeah, poor her. I felt bad for her.
I don't know. I
Jordan's
didn't.
like, why don't you just kill yourself? Jeez, Jordan.
Oh my gosh.
Holy smokes. All right.
I
Well,
would
Frank,
never say
Cameron,
that. Thank you.
well, I've only seen three things, so I'll share what I've seen lately. So after we review Malignant or not? Or we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about it, right?
No, we did that last week.
We
We
did
didn't.
Malignant last week. That's right.
Did
Okay.
we? We didn't review it.
We did Misery, I
Well,
thought.
like,
We did
oh,
Misery.
no,
No, that was 2 weeks
that
ago.
was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
We never reviewed Malignant.
Malignant. Remind me, Malignant.
I'm pretty sure
We
you
talked
guys.
about it at the end of the
Oh, no, no, no.
pod.
We
Not a
talked
tumor.
about Malignant.
We talked
What
about it.
was the movie we did last week?
Talk to me
Misery.
or bring her back.
Bring her back.
Bring Her Back. That's what it was.
Oh, it was Bring Her Back, yeah.
Yeah, but we did discuss Malignant a lot
Yeah, I think we
last
already
week.
talked
Yeah.
about it. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. Um, I watched F1. Did you guys see that? Brad Pitt, Javier
No, I'm
Bardem.
excited to watch
Yeah,
that.
saw it in theaters.
It's literally Ford versus Ferrari, but like but Rocky. Oh no, Gran Turismo, is that the
Turismo?
one? It's Gran Turismo
Almost
meets
like
Ford
Ty
versus
Redmond
Ferrari. It is
intervened.
literally that movie. There's no surprises, but you're like, yeah, I don't know why it gets me, but this movie's good. Like you
Yeah,
just
my,
love
my,
those
my
stories.
review was it's a worse version of Ford vs Ferrari in Gran Turismo.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it literally is. And Rocky, throw Rocky in there for good measure. It's just the underdog kind of story a little bit. Days of Thunder, that's another good one. Very much like that. But anyway, and then I watched Nightmare Before Christmas. This movie is very unsettling to me. It always is. It always will be. There's just that
I
scene
need to
with
watch that
Halloween
movie, dude.
Town
I don't
where
know that
Tim
I've
Burton
actually
has
ever
that
seen part.
house and the furniture's all creepy and askew, and then like the camera pans under the bed and there's a monster under there with teeth and eyes glowing red. I'll just never get over that visual. That is the scariest thing. And I know it's supposed to be charming. They say in the song that we don't hurt, we're not mean, we just like to spook and scare. And I'm like, y'all are evil and worship Satan. So anyway, yeah. Here, Mr. Santa Claus. Those children, they got what was coming to them. Boogeyman killed them, I think. I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
him
think
and
they're
his
fine.
maggots.
Yeah. Dude. Oh,
Be rated R, bro.
I know, dude. When his thread comes undone, he's just a bunch of bugs. Oh, dude. Disgusting. But what an impressive movie, though. I gave it a 5 stars, but I was like, it still kind of creeps me out to this day. And I nervously laughed off some of the scary parts in front of my kids because I was like, I don't want them to be scared of this. I'm like, oh, that's pretty silly, huh? Ha ha
I
ha.
love both of you and Cameron always like, I didn't like it. 7 stars, 9 stars.
Perfect
Like
score. Yeah.
me, I'm like, it's a 1 star. If I hate it, I don't want to ever come back to it again.
Yeah. But I mean, Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm gonna come back to it like every single year. Okay. So anyway, Casper,
That will not
gave
be shown
that
in my household. Anything
dude,
claymation is not allowed in my house.
dude, Casper's so good. We
Chicken Run.
But Wallace and Gromit, what
No,
about
Wallace
Gromit,
them?
and Gromit sucks.
cheese
Chicken Run
Gromit.
sucks.
It's cheese, isn't it? Know what he says?
Something like
Oh,
that.
Coraline.
oh, you know what? So we need to
no,
No.
review
Coraline's good.
Casper
James and
because
the
it's
Giant
Frankenweenie.
Peach.
James and the
Absolutely
Giant Peach is
not.
good.
Frankenweenie.
wait, do you watch Beetlejuice, Cameron?
Beetlejuice
No.
is great.
You've never seen Beetlejuice? There's a claymation scene in there that is terrifying. Stop motion. There's a snake, and then there's also Beetlejuice that
See,
turns into a
Beetlejuice is
snake.
right up Jordan's alley and the exact opposite. Jordan's alley is uncomfortable movies that have really weird CGI
And also fun.
But also fun
and
and
weird like and weird
and
gore. And
practical.
then
He doesn't like the CGI.
I
yeah,
love
and
practical.
I cannot I anything that like that where it just has like that weird feeling I can't do.
Well, good stuff. You should watch the Clash of the Titans. All that movie is a bunch of claymation dinosaurs, big giant monsters with very uncanny movement. They almost had Jurassic Park done by claymation, Cameron, until the there's actually interesting the movies that made us. They did a documentary about the Jurassic Park. Pretty cool how the animator like animated this dinosaur and showed Kathleen Kennedy, and she's like, that's something. And she calls Steven Spielberg and she's like, I think we found your dinosaur. It's pretty
That's
sick.
crazy.
But it's dope because he did like this
Yeah, it
rendering
definitely
of
was real that I had to go to the bathroom and then Jordan's like, "Oh, I'll pause it for you."
yeah, Cameron's like, don't
I'll
stop the
pause
movie.
it.
That's so funny, dude.
I thought I
Um,
was being a cool brother. I'm sorry.
okay, so I
That was
have
such
to
an
mention
iconic
this
movie
because
in
I
my
don't know if my
childhood.
review is clear. So I watched Casper. Okay. So the fact that Devin Sawa or Sawa, whatever his name is, he plays the main character in Final Destination, right? Which is so funny because it's a movie about how he tries to cheat death. That same actor was Casper in the flesh. So, what's so ironic to me
Oh
is
yeah.
he's literally trying to cheat death the whole movie, and I'm like, this is because he was a ghost for all those years and he does not want to die again. He has unfinished
Yes.
business. So I just think that's really funny. And I'm sure people have teased him about that, but the fact that I didn't recognize him and I looked it up and I'm like, what else has he been in? Because he shows up at the end. You see
Yeah.
Casper in the flesh, and you look at him up and you're like, it's the kid from Final Destination.
Dude, that
So
girl looks like our sister Cassie. It's crazy.
she does. Cass, you have a doppelganger. Whatever her face is.
And Grant's doppelganger is Matilda.
Yeah, and Grant's is Matilda.
Oh, thanks for mentioning that though, because yeah,
Especially in what's it called?
Christina
In
Ricci
Mrs.
or Ricci,
Doubtfire, it's
Ricci.
literally Girl Grant.
Christina Ricci, Cass
It's
is who
funny.
you look like. The girl from Casper. Anyway, Grant looks like
I
Matilda.
bet Lucy probably would, if, especially once her hair grows out, is gonna look exactly like Matilda or
I
whatever
love
her
it.
name is
She'll
in.
look just like Matilda. That's so funny.
She'll look just like what's her name in the little girl in Miss Doubtfire.
But
Moving to
I just have to
Guam.
throw this out there. So in
Oh my
Casper, there's literally a TV interview where they're asking Bill Pullman about his life, and they're like making him out to be some crackpot crazy person. And these news reporters like find Kat, who's like in middle school, and they're stalking her outside her school. And it's like, what do you think about your dad? He's such a weirdo and stuff. And it's she's like, I'm trying to go to school. Can you guys please clear out of here? And they're like, yeah, but what do you have to say for your father's actions and stuff? It's like so insane. I'm like, that's amazing. Like journals, journalism is not dead, and in fact, nothing's changed. So it's good to see that. And the score of Casper is so good, dude. There's like this whimsical, very sad, melancholy, but haunted. It's very ethereal. It's really cool. So, and then yeah, this movie is definitely a 90s movie. There's cigarettes everywhere, tons of language and the outdated pop culture references.
What's it called again?
The movie I'm talking about, Casper.
Oh. That's like sounds up my alley.
Sure, it's like cigarettes everywhere. What? Dude, rewatch Casper. I freaking think it holds up. It's amazing. The cameos, Jordan, in the bathroom
Mel
when Bill
Gibson.
Pullman gets
Yeah.
attacked by the three ghosts. He goes in the bathroom. He literally sees Clint Eastwood,
Yeah.
he sees Rodney Dangerfield and then Mel Gibson. Amazing. Like amazing.
Oh, and the crypt,
And the
right?
Crypt Keeper, yeah, of course. But
That's funny.
Chef's Kiss. And Bill Pullman is such a great movie dad. Like
I know
anyway.
you've been kind of on a thing after that TV show where
Oh,
he's
The
that
Sinners,
detective.
guys. If
Yeah,
if you liked True Detective and you like procedural police drama, watch The Sinners. The first season's a little rough. You find out Bill Pullman likes to be how do I say this? He doesn't like to breathe when he's having fun.
jeez.
If you know what I mean. Okay. Can't believe I just tried to describe that. Anyway, he's a flawed person. He's
Here.
not perfect, but I don't kink shame. So he's amazing in The Sinners. And season 2 and 3 are good. 4 is a bit of a dip, but 1 through 3 is so good. Bill Pullman is such a good, and I've actually liked him, Jordan, ever since Independence Day. I've always thought he was cool, and from
Sure.
Casper. I've always thought he was like this cool movie dad, movie president, best movie speech of all time. But anyway, um, I also just thought it was funny that like Amber and her boyfriend are like trying to pull a prank on Kat and at the party. So like Amber and Vic have this plan where they're like she's on top of his shoulders and she's like really tall and she's like people are gonna freak. And then like Stinky, Stretch, and Fatso all appear and scare them and they run out of the party and everyone's like applauding because they think it was like a fake thing or a scare or like a sketch or something or they thought it was a bit. But I'm like, what exactly was their plan? Because Vic pretends to be interested in Kat, and so he like asks her to go to the dance, but he's not really intending to go with her. Like I'm assuming it was like some kind of Carrie, pour pig blood on her, like embarrassed Kat. But like so far, all I saw was they have this big costume where she stands on his shoulders and she's twice as tall and she looks like a dead. Was she intending to scare her? Or like, has anyone ever been scared by someone that's lumbered around with 2 kids under a trench coat? Like, it's so stupid. The plan makes no sense. And so I'm trying to understand her plan. And if someone could help me understand what the prank was because it is completely lost on me. So, yeah. So anyway, I had to get that off my chest because it bothers me to no end. I'm like, I don't understand what their plan was. What were they going for there? But anyway, Bill Pullman's amazing. There's a scene where he's like on TV and they make him out to be a crackpot old fool. And he's literally like a ghost, or as I like to call him, the living impaired. It's so good. Such an underrated movie line. Like some PC professor. It's so funny. But the living impaired is like so good. And they're just people that have unfinished business. And it's so good. It's all about unfinished business and enjoying life while you're here. And yeah, Casper gets a high score from me, Cameron. The only knock I take off is the one scene where all the ghosts turn red-eyed and sharp teeth in the hallway and scare Bill Pullman. My daughter got scared at that moment, my 3-year-old, and I was like, dang it, I just scarred her for life. And that's gonna be a lot of therapy later on. So just one frame, and it's like 3 seconds long. Or not one frame, but like one little scene, 3 seconds long. It was just too scary. And now I'm gonna have to deal with that for the rest of our lives. And I felt so bad that I scared her. And I was like, I even covered her eyes for the Crypt Keeper because I thought that face would be scary. But anyway, good stuff. So there's Casper, and that's what I've watched. So all Halloween movies because it is Halloween season, baby. So how about you, Cameron? What have you been watching lately?
It's okay. Kids are too soft these days.
Yeah.
Mason doesn't like my t-shirts. He asked last time I visited, he's like, "Can you not wear your t-shirts?"
Are you serious? That's so
And Jordan, that's when
Yeah.
you're like, come here, give me a hug, and you just try to like smother him with
funny.
it.
Oh
Sorry,
man.
Cameron.
That's great.
I've
That's
been
great.
I finished chill. Um I
I assume that was your dog and not your wife, or
No, this is
what's
wife.
your... Oh, there's poor Missy.
go to the bathroom, so she's screaming at me. But I finished
Chill.
there was the season finale of Peacemaker, and it was disappointing. I mean, it was just like kind of reminded me a little of like House of Dragon, Jordan, where it just like the entire time was like building up, and it's like,
Mm.
and then it's like, hey,
We're gonna
next
leave it for
season's
the
gonna
next
be
season.
sick,
That's
and I'm like,
dumb.
Okay,
We're
this was the season finale. You can't just set up all these things and
we're
it's like,
working to something.
isn't
And
this
then it
going to
gets
be really
canceled.
cool? And I'm like,
Oh, it
what?
can't because James Gunn owns DC now or something.
Well, the worst news ever that's currently going on is that Warner Brothers, who owns DC Studios, is currently, they said that they're in the market for essentially the highest bidder, and they turned down they turned down two offers
No
from
way.
Please don't
um,
say Disney, please.
they turned down two offers from somebody else that was running it, and so right now they're currently in talks with NBC, and then which I'm hoping wins, or also the other people is Disney.
No.
Oh my
And so
Are
gosh.
you
Disney acquires
serious?
Disney would
DC.
literally own
The
Marvel,
entire
They
superhero?
would own
Oh
Marvel,
my
Disney,
gosh.
Star Wars, and
Hey,
what am I
Cameron,
thinking?
you'll finally get the
Simpsons,
crossover
Fox
though.
And
You know,
Century.
DC.
you'll get DC and Marvel crossover
Yeah, so
probably.
literally they'll own all super. And I'm like, this could
Dude, they just
not be.
put Batman and Spider-Man in movies together now. Just like,
They're
come
literally,
on.
if that happens, they'll literally become creatively bankrupt, as if they aren't already. I'm like the fact that nobody is caring about like anything. They're trying so hard. They're attaching because they know Avatar like Fire and Blood is going to be like top grossing because it is usually. They're releasing the new Spider-Man a new day trailer at it's going to be connected with Avatar Fire and Blood and the new Doomsday and another movie that's like their property or whatever. They're trying so hard to literally push it because nobody's talking about like Avengers Doomsday and things like that because we're all just like, we don't care.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't.
Well, I mean, they tried with like, hey, Downey Jr.'s back, but we're like, I don't know.
I
I think he
know.
was good in Oppenheimer. I don't need him in a cape or, Iron Man anymore.
Yeah, so that is
Yeah.
I'm gonna be praying on Disney's downfall for the next couple of weeks because if they acquire DC, it's literally gonna ruin it. Plus, I'm like, I don't know how. I mean, like they kind of like already struggled with the Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're like, okay, yeah,
I'm
you can
kind
do
of
a
like,
little
let
bit,
them
but
eat
not too
cake
much of
though.
that.
Like, do it.
What?
Like,
Oh
well, so
yeah,
will
so
James Gunn stay around? I assume he'd
I
be
hope
done then
so.
yeah,
too.
He's worked with
I
Disney,
assume.
so
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has the rapport with Guardians and stuff like that, but the problem is with kind of what he's done, and especially a lot of his shows that he's wanting to make are, I just fear that there'd be so much studio meddling that they're like, "Can you make it
Well,
PG-13?" And it's
didn't Deadpool somehow skirt that somehow? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they
yeah,
did.
but that like IP in and of itself is R. It's like that's its whole
Well,
like
and
shtick
wasn't
is it's like
wasn't
I'm
Deadpool 1
R-rated
before
superhero, you
Disney
know?
took over though?
I think so. I
Or
don't remember.
no?
I just
well
know
the
they had a
first
heck of a
I
time
thought
getting
the
it
first
greenlit.
Deadpool, the new one
Yeah,
though,
and the first
it
one
definitely
only
felt
ever
more
pretty
Disney.
much happened because
Mm.
Ryan Reynolds leaked the test footage because it wasn't originally going to get made, but then it was so well received because Ryan Reynolds leaked the test footage, and then everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! This needs to get made," and then it ended up getting made because of that because it was so widely like liked that Disney was like, "Okay,
Yeah, Disney, I didn't own the first one, I don't
yeah."
think. I'm
I
probably
don't think
wrong,
so
but
either. But yeah, so I'm really nervous about DC,
because that was
but
the whole theme of the movie, wasn't it? Like Deadpool talking about, "Hey, I'm gonna work for Disney and
yeah. But then
sell out."
also
Well,
there's
that's the
like new
third one. He talks about that.
but then
Oh, the
there's
third one,
also
yeah.
news that that Darkseid's most likely not going to be the villain kind of for the like this overarching like phase for DC, which I'm kind of glad because James Gunn talked about it that Snyder already did it and that he's too similar to Thanos, which honestly I'm kind of glad because it's like if you just essentially make a DC version of what Marvel did, it's like everyone's going to kind of be like, okay, it's like
Yeah, they
what
should have a guy
you
that's really menacing that just lives in the ocean and is like gonna take over the ocean or something.
know. So that's a lot of people are thinking that it'll most likely
Oh
be
no, not
it'll
the
mo
ocean.
that'll most likely be Brainiac, which I'm kind of excited for because especially kind of like the AI vibe and just like the fact that he's
Mhm.
like pretty ruthless. And initially he was like, there's like different interpretations of him, but he's often actually like the AI that was created by Superman by the what are they called? The Kryptonians. They're like it was the Kryptonians AI that helped them become like essentially the Viltrumite Empire and like such a successful society. But then he created himself a body and was like, I need to create every plant to be perfect. And so then he like creates these planets to be perfect, and then it creates a city to be perfect, and then he captures it, and then lets like the rest of the planet to destroy, because he's like the longer it goes on, the less it becomes perfect. So he like has to get these perfect embodiments of these cities. So that's why he's kind of an interesting villain, because it's like he wants these societies to get to perfection, but that means that he'll kill anyone who's
Didn't
like
they do
opposing
that
it.
with the High Creator, whatever his name was, from Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Wasn't
Yeah,
that
a little
a
bit.
little bit his thing? I
Yeah.
thought he was a good villain. I liked him.
Yeah,
He was
he
so
he and he
weird
was
and
kind of talking about like creatures and
cool
like creating creatures into like the most
to
like
create a breed. But yeah, I like this. Like again, kind of like culling and
yeah. And yeah,
harvesting kind of
because that's the
thing.
thing is I'm like Thanos was really interesting and intriguing because it's like, oh, balance, and he's like trying to balance the world. I'm like, I like that instead of just being like, this is dark side, he's bad guy, wants to destroy.
World dominant, universal domination.
Yeah, and it's like,
I'm gonna
okay,
eat
yeah,
your
we get it.
planet. Get
Yeah.
in my belly.
Yeah. But
I didn't even,
and
did anyone
then
see Fantastic Four? You guys all saw that, right?
The newest
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, the new
no,
Fantastic Four.
I haven't seen
Hey,
it.
you guys all harped on me to see Superman. I thought you guys were still on the superhero train. Have you seen Deadbolts or Thunderbolts or whatever it's called? I haven't seen that one.
No.
See, but both
Call
of
it
those are Marvel,
Deadbolts.
bro. Marvel's long gone.
Well, okay, but you're like hop on DC, and then you're like, and now the Peacemaker show is off, and now they're ready to sell the Disney. I'm like, okay, yeah, Disney's gone or DC's gone now too.
Yeah,
Holy
DC,
crap!
Disney's trying to take over the world,
Now
dude.
now Sony's gonna have to come
That's
back and
a
make a
lot of people
Spider-Man
are
movie
also really
that
hoping. A lot of
that
people are
really
also
is
really
good.
hoping that Apple buys like Warner Brothers,
Mm.
or also there's the one that owns I can't remember what it is right now, but who owns, I can't remember the IP anymore. But anyways, and then I also finished the Batman the animated series, so I'm wrapping the shirt. Watched every single one of
Nice.
these episodes, and then I've also started there's like a short mini series that's kind of attached to that. It's called the New Batman Adventures. It's like the primary one that I watched growing up, and like I used to have all the action figures of it, and like that was where what I would carry to like Hawaii, and every single place I ever went was Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and the Batman from this series. So um, it's
You
been
were a
fun.
huge nerd, Cameron.
I know. Um,
The
but
Halloween special's kind of corny and slow.
it's so good, you gotta trust. And then
It's two parts. I literally clicked. I'm like, oh, it's part
they're
one.
both like an hour and 15, okay?
Oh my gosh, you can't keep getting away with this.
And
You
then
can't keep getting away with this.
me and Allie have been also grinding Dexter, and we just finished, we're like halfway through, or we're
Yeah,
almost
you're halfway through, dude. You're on season
yeah, we're
5.
almost at the end of season 5.
Oh,
But
yeah.
spoiler, Grant, are you ever gonna watch Dexter?
One day, but I'm pretty good at forgetting. I'm like, oh
Me
yeah.
too.
Okay.
Grant, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, don't spoil things. I'm like, have I seen this before?
yeah.
Like,
But
just
yes,
spoil it.
we just watched Rita die, and yeah,
Oh
that was
yeah.
tough for Allie. Was almost like I needed she
Dude,
it was
I
like
cried.
yeah, it was so she wept at
I
the
felt nothing.
when she didn't die when she first died. It was just like it was just shock, and I was like, no way they kill her, right? Um, and that's a I'm hoping like I get it that he is like a family man, but also I don't care about the chick from 10 Things I Hate About You. She needs to die already. But um
They're
I
perfect
just
for each
don't
other,
like how
Cameron.
much time they're focusing on him being a dad. I'm like, if I wanted to watch a family drama, I wouldn't
Get
be
back to the
watching
killing.
Dexter. Yeah, I'm like,
Get
can
back
we
to the
see?
killing.
Because I love him trying to balance being a serial killer and pretending to be normal. That is always super interesting to me. But I'm like, I don't really want to watch him trying to
He's a
balance
serial
being.
killer, but oh no, there's trouble at home.
Yeah, I know exactly. And I'm like, and it's like, oh well, the babysitter's really Catholic, so that's kind of weird, right? I'm like, I don't care if she's putting up a
But
little
Cameron,
freaking.
that's what makes the show. It's how mundane his life is and then how exciting his work is. It's so good. And his hobby.
But there's just sometimes I just feel like they're focusing a little bit too much on that. But just because I found like
Get back to the
I found
killing.
I found Trinity super interesting because it's like he was like literally trying to split between three different lives. He's like
I
playing a
think
fake
I
human
think it's
being, communicating
the
with
same
that.
arguments I heard about Peter Gould and Vince Gilligan's Breaking Bad.
Breaking
They
Bad.
kept saying like there's like explosive moments, but then there's like moments where it's just him and his wife and his son all arguing at the dinner table. It's just like, but it's so good though.
No,
The writers are coming out with a new show that I thought was in the same universe, but it looks like it's just the actress from Better Call Saul, the other attorney lady.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The
I just saw a
She-Horn one?
trailer for
She-Horn?
it.
She was great. I'd
Yeah.
watch anything she was in. She was
She was
fantastic.
all
I
right.
I was trying to like figure out what the premise of
She's all
what the
right,
show
Jordan.
is,
Shut your dirty mouth. She's so freaking good.
but it's
I don't
like
think I can she carry a show?
But
I don't
what?
know, but I'm curious. It looks
Can
Because
she
interesting.
carry a
Saul
show?
carried that show. I mean, she was all right. Like,
I would argue that she was a perfect half of it.
well,
then
she's
and then I
what?
also watched Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, and man, it
Is
like
that the one
it's
where he goes to Africa or whatever?
yes, that one
Yes.
is not even close to as good as the
The
Master.
Wachati Warriors.
Um,
He like comes out of the rhino. Oh, it's
the pro
pregnant.
the problem is I feel like there's
Mommy.
like there's like four really good like scenes or quotes. And obviously I like
Four?
no, but I think all the best quotes like and see yo chill.
She-
And but like I feel like the best parts are
Cameron,
often
you're gonna get us in
quoting from
trouble
the
like
first one.
Hassan Piker or
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Alrighty then. Like I like but I said it in my review. I genuinely think that there is like I might believe that he's the best comedic like actor of all time. I just think you throw him in literally anything and he just like he can just carry like stuff. Because that's the thing is like
Is that why they call him
Mr.
Jim
Popper's
Carrey?
Penguins.
yeah, okay, no. Yeah.
Jim
He
Carrey for
couldn't he
some.
couldn't save that dumpster fire.
That was a
Um,
good dad joke.
but yeah, he's just so talented and the things that he does and the fact that he goes 110% on every single joke is the only thing that like almost makes you like allow some of his jokes to be like okay. You're like
Shady.
like he's just outrageous and so over the top. But um
This is a
yeah.
lovely room of death. I love the second one, but we grew
Dude,
up
yeah.
watching that one.
Yeah. See, I grew up watching the first one, so
And I never thought that one was as funny. I just like, there's not as very many funny
yeah,
parts.
see, I can't tell if like it's just straight up nostalgia. I was thinking that the entire time watching it, I'm like, am I just not enjoying this as much because this is like what everyone else is probably experiencing watching this? They're like, that's kind of dumb. I'm like, this is what other people experience while watching Good Burger, but we're just like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Good
Yeah,
Burger
dude.
is the
Well, because
best.
me, Cameron, and then like several of our cousins watched Ace Ventura. Is it the first one? That's
Yeah.
the the dolphin one.
Yeah.
Glen Iron.
Yeah, and
Einhorn's a man.
and we, yeah, me, Cameron, and Anna were just like quoting it the whole movie. But like Strider and his girlfriend were just like not having it. They're like, this is not funny.
Yeah, Strider hates that movie because every time we get
Yeah.
together as the cousins, we're like, Ace Ventura?
And they're like, no. And you're like, yes. And then you force them to
So
watch it and they're
funny.
like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I love it.
You feeding this dog enough? I don't want you to leave. Why, so you can beat him? Fatty?
It's funny that you say
Saddlebags?
quotable because I feel like there's so many prominent lines in the second one. Like, denial can be an ugly thing. Like, I quote that all the time. Like,
Ace Ventura, nice to meet you. Your balls are showing.
Bumblebee
Bumblebee
tuna.
tuna.
Like, it is so, I quote so many lines from it. It's not even funny. Even the song Secret Agent Man is funny to me. Like, there's just so many good scenes from that movie. Don't mind me, mister. I'm just a curious little rhino. It's so funny. Like, they're so good, dude.
Silly. But yeah, he's just the master of comedy. But
No.
and then
Physical comedy, definitely.
just gonna Allie's out of town for like a week and a half until like the reception and everything. So no more Dexter, which is gonna suck. But I'm just gonna watch loads of
True Detective?
Batman.
True Detective?
No.
He just wants
And
to
then
be a
True
superhero.
Detective.
I might watch Butterfly Effect. Jordan really wants me to watch it just because he's like, I know you're
I
like,
didn't say want you to watch it. You just said should I watch it, and I'm like,
no, you were the one that brought it up to me. You were like, you seen Butterfly Effect?
I yeah, I just asking if you had seen it because it was time travel stuff.
I know, but
It'll be
I also
Cameron's favorite movie
I
before the end
also
of the
kind of want
week.
to watch a Jumper because it was a movie that I wanted to watch so bad before I was 13. And then
Is
like
it
I'm pretty
the
sure you
Bruce
guys
Willis
watched it and you
one
hated it and you're like, I
Yeah.
never want to watch that
Yeah.
movie.
Even as a 13-year-old
with
Cameron
Not
watching it,
great.
I was like,
Gordon
this movie's pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's like Hayden Christensen,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt or
Samuel
whatever?
L. Jackson. No, it's Hayden Christensen.
It had all the ingredients to be the perfect thing. Cool premise, cool effects, cool premise. Samuel Jackson, even Hayden Christensen. I was on the
Cool
Hayden
facts,
Christensen
cool
train.
premise.
The movie's just
I know.
awful. The movie's just fetching awful,
Dodge,
dude.
dip, dive, and dodge.
It does not hold up. Tried to,
But and
yeah.
then I've also heard good things about The Assessment, which is kind of interesting. Um, it's
Hold
like
on, wait. Was I
it's like a
thinking of
psychological
Looper?
thriller. It's got what's her name in it? Scarlet Witch. Elizabeth Olsen. It's and the like the plot synopsis it says in the near future where parenthood is strictly controlled, a couple's 7-day assessment for the right to have a child unravels into a psychological nightmare. And like I was like, looks kind of interesting. Just because I saw some person that was like saying a bunch of psychological thrillers to watch, and it was like all of the classics that I've seen or whatever, and then it threw in that, and I was like, well, okay. It kind of has mixed reviews. It's like 6.6 on IMDb, which I
Mm.
feel like those ones are always really hit or miss for me. Anytime it's like in the sixes, like the 6.5 range, it's like ones that I'm like, oh, that was actually like sleeper really good, or I'm like, that was garbage. Why would and people it like it's those movies that it's like the entire thing hinges on the twist. So we'll see.
Mm.
But and then of course gonna be trying to finish that Batman show. So
And then
and
after
I'm
your
probably gonna be
Batman,
watching
True
a
Detective,
bunch of different Batman
True
movies. I'll
Detective,
probably be watching The Long Halloween.
True
More Batman.
Detective.
Cameron, now you get Batman from Disney. So
I know. Like
Disney's the Batman.
that is my true nightmare.
I am the
they'll
ballerina
probably give
man.
you a million seasons of show, so you'll never have any. It'll never
See, but
stop.
I
Any
do
substance?
even Amazon Prime, which rarely misses with shows, they butchered the Batman show.
And once AI, Cameron, like becomes a thing where you just like punch and stuff, you're just gonna be like, give me Batman forever, and then it'll just make Batman movies.
Give me, but not the Batman
Not
Forever.
not the Batman Forever movie. Just give me Batman
That is
movies.
garbage. That is not even Batman. No, but yeah, there will be some day where I'm gonna be creating my own Batman and I'm gonna be telling it the plot and who I want playing what character or
Cameron's
voicing.
like Batman just hunting real life serial killers.
Yeah,
Jeffrey
it's
Dahmer,
just gonna be Dexter.
Zodiac Killer,
Batman.
Seven. So
Yes.
could we make the movie Seven but with Batman? Oh wait, the Matt Reeves Batman? No, that can't be right.
No, it's not that
You
good.
end up creating the movie that Matt Reeves made that you didn't.
Which is weird because they're gonna be making the Batman movie in 2027 or whatever, and then still gonna be releasing Batman the Brave and the Bold. That's not connected to it. Yeah, it's weird.
To me, it totally makes sense though, because to be honest, like, haven't they done this for Spider-Man? Like, Madam Web was such a huge financial success, and then they go on to make No Way Home.
Jordan, did you
Like,
end up
those
ever
movies
watching
can
that?
exist,
Yeah, it's
They-
trash.
or even Venom. Venom
no,
can
that
exist, right? Venom, people like Venom. The people that like Venom, and then you still watch No Way Home, you know? So yeah, and then Into the Spider-Verse, completely unrelated, but it's a Spider-Man movie and it's just its own thing. Like people don't care anymore.
yeah, Spider-Verse
We
is
become so fractured as a culture too, where like
that freaking
people
third one
retreat
needs
Well,
to
and you
into
come
can
out
keep it
before I
completely
burn
separate,
down
and then
everything.
all the people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is tied to this." It's like they'll do it anyway. So it's
I
like,
I know what Cameron's gonna do. He's gonna be like, have Wonder Woman play Sweeney Todd and give her no lines.
a movie starring Rachel McAdam and Jake
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal,
and
and they
Margot
play all the
Robbie.
parts.
No, some people have been throwing around Jake, like some fan casts have Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman. I'm like, as a big Batman guy, no. I'm like I get
Dude,
it. He has like the look, but I'm like, his personality is more manic than it is like
Yeah, can you
suave. Like he
can you
does not give
imagine?
off the Bruce
but
Wayne
I
like,
I would like an unhinged Batman after
Yeah,
the Ben
like
Affleck
Night
and after
Watch
Robert
Batman.
Pattinson, the Brooding. I kind of like he just goes Nightcrawler, you know? He's like obsessed
Yeah, starts
about
killing
this.
people. Oh
Well,
yes,
and if you
please.
watch Michael Keaton Batman, he gets
Yeah.
crazy with the Joker. You remember that scene where he's like, "You want to get
Oh.
nuts? Let's get nuts." He's like kind of crazy. It's pushing Bruce Wayne to his limit, you know, trying to take down the Joker. I find it interesting. Anyway, I'm on board with Jake Gyllenhaal's Batman, and he's young enough where I feel like he could be Batman for a little while
yeah.
because
All I ask though is that we just don't do Joker. Please stop doing Joker. Just have so many good Batman rogues.
or are they gonna
Literally,
make like Joker
do
3 or
Mr.
something? I think
Freeze,
Folia
do
Do is a
Clayface, like anyone, but just don't do the
oh,
Joker.
like don't do the villain Joker
I'm
story.
surprised they haven't done Poison Ivy yet.
Yeah, for real. That's what I'm saying.
Wait,
And
why are you surprised
see,
that Poison?
I think
I mean,
Mr.
they've done like Harley
I
Quinn,
think
like
Mr.
Poison Ivy, like
The top three that I
Are you
want to
saying
see is
like
Mr. Freeze, Clayface, or Killer Croc. Those three are the most interesting and the most easily adapted to, like, especially Killer Croc for a horror movie. Oh, a horror Batman with Killer Croc. Are you kidding me, bro?
well, that's the thing. They can't nail down the tone. It's always a gritty crime drama. I would love a horror movie. Is that what you're saying? They're gonna do a
Yeah.
horror movie?
Well, no. Clayface is going to be body horror, which is it's in the new DC universe.
That sounds awesome. Is it a
Yeah.
cartoon or is it gonna be a live action?
No, it's live action, and they're going to base it off of a lot of the animated the Batman series, which is
Mm.
essentially a failing, or he's like a famous actor who is like so obsessed with being able to play any role, but then he like starts to like have issues with his skin, and so then at least in the cartoon, what happens is he puts like this stuff on his skin that can make him shift his face into whatever
So
he
it's
wants.
like the substance, but Batman's in it. That sounds
I
like.
don't know, I haven't seen Substance, but yeah, so
Oh,
kind of.
you should watch The Substance. The Substance is crazy,
I mean,
dude.
the fact that you compared this movie that we just watched, that ending to this, I don't think I should watch The Substance.
Yeah, The Substance ending is pretty much the same as this ending almost.
Every time you say that, the Clayface thing, Cameron, I always think of the scene from Mrs. Doubtfire when the guy's like doing the face and the girl's like, "That's disgusting."
That's awesome. That's the most revolting thing I've ever seen.
Wait, isn't it Matilda that says that?
Yeah.
It's the most revolting thing I've ever seen. All
Good
right, yeah, but
stuff.
that's
Well,
everything for me.
I thanks for watching Eddington and One Battle After Another, so I didn't have to. You guys are awesome. Any movies that you're looking forward to though? What movie should I be on the lookout for? It's October. Is there anything coming out
The
December?
Rachel McAdams movie.
Sam
But
Raimi.
according to Jordan, it's a Sam Raimi movie.
It is a Sam
So,
Raimi.
the new that's so funny. The new Rachel McAdams movie.
Yeah, I sent the trailer, but it's called Send Help.
Send help.
But it's
Okay.
not coming out until
I
2026.
did see a trailer
It's
for
expected
Halle
for
Berry
beginning
and
of
Chris
January.
Hemsworth, and it's like Crime 101. Looked pretty good. It looked kind of like The Black Bag that was done by Soderbergh, which I really enjoyed. If you haven't seen The Black Bag, that's a good one.
Or you can join Fortnite, Ty. Terrifier just made it to Fortnite.
Gosh, good
Oh.
for Terrifier, good for Art the Clown. I can't watch those movies, dude. Not for me. And I can't play Fortnite. Not for me. So you're on your own there, bud. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there like any like major movie this November or December? Is there anything major? That's crazy.
Avatar is the only thing that's big in
Oh
December.
gosh, I
But
didn't. I
I
still
saw
haven't
the
seen Way of
trailer.
Water. I'm never watching another Avatar movie ever again.
No.
Oh, there is a new Avatar. That's right. He's gonna make a
It's pretty much
seven.
a repeat of number one, but a lot more blue.
Oh wow, I'm missing out in my
Yeah,
life,
oh my
man.
gosh, I
Oh,
need
I
to
need to
watch
see all
that
that
now.
The
blue.
second one was alright.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm never gonna
It
watch
was
another
so
Avatar
meh.
movie. Yeah, they're so mid, and like I remember watching the first one and having all these problems with it, even as a 14-year-old. I'm like, well, they just stole Pocahontas and the Fern Gully and I don't know, Dances with Wolves, all superior
And
films.
then he
Yes, Fern
has like
Gully.
tail sex with his riding
No,
pterodactyl.
let's not forget that they have tail sex with every creature they bond with. Those poor animals. No consent given. They just, and we're supposed to believe that these are
And it was
these
like a huge
wonderful, beautiful
accomplishment that
people. They just
he
abuse
like
every single
that he
animal in.
mounted that one big one. They're like, yeah, he's the one. And I'm like, the fact that he raped that big animal is fine that he's the
Oh
one. Like,
my
what?
He's the
gosh.
one.
He's so okay.
He stole that guy's pizzas. And they're like,
Oh,
he stole
also,
that
okay.
guy's
Oh,
dignity.
that is another full trailer that's going to be linked to Avatar: Fire and Ash because they know it's going to be so many people in like to go see it.
Can you
Is the
please
Odyssey?
stop?
Ooh, I'm excited
Encourage.
for the Odyssey. You're right.
I do
When
want to see
do we know when
Odyssey.
that's
Yeah.
coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
When is that?
2026.
The year
Mm,
2026.
big range.
I'm pretty sure it's June. It's June or July, I
Yeah.
think, of 2026.
Oh, I'm happy they dropped a new season of One Punch Man. But I
Oh
heard
yeah, I
that
watched that.
the
I've heard
animation every season
bad
has been getting
reviews.
worse. I'm like,
Oh, I'm excited
no.
for Invincible season
Yeah,
three
Invincible. Yeah.
or
Yeah,
four.
it's coming out.
Or
Didn't he say
Four.
beginning of January, or he said sometime?
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
Yeah,
It's coming out soon, but I'm excited. It showed him and Adam
Adam
Eve
Eve. Yeah,
the whole
in the diner.
meta
That's
trailer,
yeah.
yeah.
he's like, don't eat that burger. It's just like
It's
So
it just was
like
kind of
all
funny to
sleeping.
hear him talking, and then I love that they literally made a comment. He's like, "You haven't ever won a fight." He's like,
I won a lot of fights.
that was so funny. Like meta, but like I love those trailers they drop, those teasers, because
Yeah.
again, usually they're not even in the show, but it's just like teasing what we're gonna see,
Yeah,
and I love it.
I might have to go back sometime before the new season comes out and watch the Conquest episode because that is unreal.
The which episode?
Conquest?
I'm so lonely.
Yeah, Conquest.
Get
My
the
own
fudge
people
away
fear
from me, you
me.
sicko.
My own people fear me. You're like, jeez.
The old
Whispering in
guy?
his
Nobody
ear.
doesn't fear
I'm
you,
so
dude.
The
lonely.
old guy?
Yeah, do you remember that, Grant?
Mm.
Grant, do you
It's
not
been a
remember
while.
Conquest?
Grant skipped the dialogue scene and got
Well,
back to when they started
Yeah, Grant's
punching.
like, can we get over to punching? What's going on?
Yeah,
What did he say?
breaks
Grant
his
has it on
arms.
mute. He's just watching the fighting.
Yeah, Grant's like, oh, how did he get to punching him? Oh, he's dead? Okay.
Yeah.
uh,
Grant has it on mute, just watching the fighting while his kids are playing with him on the background. It's like, quiet down.
I'll need to watch a recap before I watch the new season.
Yeah,
Because I
Conquest.
remember
Oh,
like
I know what's dropping. The big thing. It's Stranger Things season 5.
5, yeah.
You guys should all be super excited because
I'm gonna watch it.
these 11-year-olds are 32 and they're all acting as recently graduated
Oh,
high
tight. Now
school.
they're at least like 16.
Now they're like 16 years old. They're gonna have all kinds of attitude and they're older than you or I. These were kids when they started and they're like somehow older than I am when they finished. I don't know how that happened, but
Mm.
Yeah.
anyway, I honestly don't know if I feel any like part of me is like, oh, I'd love it if they just end the story already. Because my wife literally asked me, she's like, did we watch season 4? And I was like, yeah, it's the one where the guy's on top of the bus and he's rocking out. And she's like, what? And I was like, the guy sacrificed himself to the gargoyles. He's doing a rock concert. And she's like, and then I'm like, okay, season 1 is the classic one we love. Season 2 is the little demon dogs. Season 3 is the mall with the gay lover. You know, like the whole fake out where, oh, I love you, but oh no, I actually love women.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing ever. They built up an
Yeah,
entire
the
season of their
KGBs,
chemistry, and I'm like,
the
let's go. And then it's
I
like,
and then
know.
Power
oh, what are
Ranger
you talking
Boy,
about? And I'm like,
but that was the second one. And then lastly,
you're at least bi girl with all due respect. At
and
minimum.
the
And I'm
fact
like,
that you had such a cool guy with Steven. Anyway, no, that's neither here nor there.
that
You
was
like get
dumb.
such good on-screen chemistry, and I'm like, why? Why? It's just so funny too. It's like, hey, you know these characters have really good chemistry? Yeah, well, we duped you because they don't have any chemistry. It's
And I
like,
was like, that is not the
okay.
thing to do a plot twist on.
Yeah,
Plot
yeah.
twist, she likes girls, actually. It's like,
Yeah, it's like they needed to tell me it too because it wasn't apparent.
yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
a problem with your character motivation where you
Literally
have to
had to
tell
say
us
it
it because
verbatim.
it was it's literally tell don't show and it was
Yeah.
bad. Like not good. Anyway,
Because otherwise, if she would have said she's not interested, we're like, oh wow, she's really like giving like mixed signals.
I'm getting mixed signals from you. And then for season 4, again, the rock concert with the guy on the that's all I can remember
Eddie,
from each
yeah.
season. I remember all of season 1. Season 1's so
He's
good.
really good.
And now I'm just like, dude, I couldn't really care less. Veznaz or whatever the villain is.
Vecna.
She's gonna
Business.
obliterate him
Vecna.
doing this with her nose
Vesna,
bleeding. That's my
Vegana.
prediction.
Vecna.
And we can all watch it. Yeah, we're gonna watch Eleven do this.
I
That's
know
so
it's funny.
much of
Me and Elise make fun of like
the
I'm
funny
pushing
guys.
harder than you are.
Yeah, yeah. I'm spreading my fingers out wider than
My
you
nose
are,
is
as hard
bleeding
as I
way more
can.
aggressively than yours.
And from
Just
her
starts
eyes
gushing.
and her nose, yeah, just flowing.
Start punching yourself.
But I feel so apathetic now because I'm like, oh, good, I can finally get closure. But I'm like, I also don't care. How sad is that? Like, am I just old and cranky, or are you guys
I know.
excited to
I
see
only
it
care
too?
about
Will you guys see it
Dustin and
too?
Lucas. They're like my favorite characters.
Oh, Lucas is sick. Don't forget about our boy.
What about William, Bill, whatever,
Yeah, him and his
Will.
gay, him and his
Bill,
gay haircut
his haircut, and
and his love for Mike.
his love for Mike, which is funny because I've heard that said.
Every
Yeah, they're
time
like,
I think about his gay painting that he made for him, I can only think of Wedding Crashers. This
wait, did he make a
this
painting
painting
for
was a
him? No, he
gift.
didn't.
I'm taking it with me.
Wait, did he make a painting for him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember
he
he
like
does the dragon and then Mike's the knight, the leader of the group, and then there's like the other knights, and then he's the one like at the front.
Dude, I think Stranger Things is
soft
just
mattress.
insane.
Yeah, it could have been a soft mattress, or the midnight rape, or the gay, or the gay nude art show that happened in my
Sorry,
room.
you're back on Wedding Crashers. I was like, wait, I don't remember this from Stranger Things.
Midnight.
It's certainly earning its title from Stranger Things. One thing I did want to throw out just on the topic of Stranger Things, and RIP, the guy that made most of the movie posters here that I have, he passed away. He did The Thing, he did Harry Potter, The Goonies, he did so many paintings.
See, the thing is a great example
RIP.
of something that Jordan loves that if I would have watched as a child would have scarred me for my entire life. But it's like it's literally exactly everything that Jordan loves about like movies is just the thing.
Practical effects. All right. Well, dear listeners, we love you
Watched it on
lots.
my honeymoon.
Um,
I watched Impossible, the like tsunami one. Elise hated it. She was like,
I
"We're supposed to watch
watched
something romantic."
Tom Holland.
Like, she's like, "I'm stressed out."
I watched Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Oh, that's
Which is the
good.
worst movie? Listeners, Cameron, how about you? Did you
Yeah,
watch
what did you watch on
Zodiac?
your honeymoon?
We just watched like 100 million episodes of Criminal Minds
That's funny.
because Allie refuses to watch anything except serial killer.
That's so funny. So
I'm
I
like,
know
you want
yeah,
to watch
dear
Cassie
rom? I'm like, you
watched The
want
listeners,
to watch a rom
Office on
com? And
there.
she's like,
dear
and the
listeners,
problem is,
please write in which was
I've
the
shown her
worst
like
movie to watch on a honeymoon. Love it.
the problem is I've watched like every single amazing American thriller, but I have like all these heaters like Memoir of a Murder and all these that she like subtitles. And I'm like, you have subtitles on English movies. Like the
You
problem is
watch
because
subtitles with English movies.
she says that she struggles to like follow detective cases if she's having to read the title subtitles, which I'm like, I get, but at the same time, like just read faster. Holy cow.
I mean, I'm a slow reader, but I love foreign films.
I know she's like I'm like all these ones I'm like Midnight, Memoir of a Murderer, Memories of Murder. I'm like all these ones that I'm like we have to show you this. Also like Chaser, things like that. I'm like you will love these movies, but she's just like foreign. Or she's like show me something really sad and I'm like okay, this one's really sad. It's called The Hunt, but it's foreign. She's
Oh,
like I'm
Oh
like
man, that movie.
dude, that movie.
It's a
Just
heavy one.
that's heavy, Doc. There's that word heavy again.
yeah, never wanted a child to die more in my life.
Chloe?
Yeah, it's not often, Cameron. I think once in Dexter and that movie, I flipped off the screen. I was like so mad.
Dude,
Flipped off the screen?
Yeah, never been so mad at a character.
Sounds like something that
the
our
worst
good
character.
friend growing up would do.
Kevin.
Yeah. He's playing a video game, he'd flip it off. His
That's
KD
funny.
ratio is less than positive, he'd flip off the screen.
All right, I gotta take this
I
munchkin.
gotta go too.
We gotta go. Hey, listeners, leave us an email, futuremovies@gmail.com. We sure love you lots. Leave us a comment. Tell us what the worst movie to watch on your honeymoon is. Peace and blessings, y'all. Have a great time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
The
I love
fudge.
when in Weapons when
Actually,
he's trying all the doors. That just makes me laugh. All right.
the first night
Oh,
of our honeymoon, we actually watched. I showed her Silence from it's Martin Scorsese, the missionary one.
All
Cameron,
right.
you need to just
Goodbye.
like punch your dog and then realize like, oh, the camera's still recording. That's
He's
right,
gonna get us
because
in
he
trouble
pulls the
like
needle
Hassan
out. Ah!
Piker. Yeah. I was just saying, yeah, be nice to your dog.
Oh,
Bye.
Hassan, I was thinking of the movie we just watched or reviewed.
Oh,
Remember
cool.
where,
Prisoners.
And Weapons.
yeah, he reaches in, pulls out the needle.
Yeah, I was thinking of Prisoners
Okay.
when he's choking the
Ending the
dog.
podcast now. Bye bye.